Hello, what's up this morning, everyone? Welcome. Uh-oh, the echo is on. Fine Tuesday to you all. Good to see ya, bright and early. I know, early stream today, way earlier than normal, but there's a method to the madness. They're doing the Unfinity preview stream in 1 hour from now, so I want to stream early so we can watch it together, because I always have a good time when we get to watch the spoiler streams together. How is everyone today? I Strider out, ridiculous 7-year Arpentamina, Ancient, Lucid, Dan Wildfire. The decks look super sweet. How is everyone today? Welcome. Dylan Hunter, good to see ya. Welcome, everyone. Hopefully you had an amazing weekend and are ready for some sweet magic action. Nemesis Cat, welcome. Good to see ya. So yeah, that's the plan for today. We're going to play some Magic, then we're going to take a little break and watch the Wizard stream, and then we're going to play some more Magic, and it'll be a good time for everyone. And I'm also hyped about this deck. So the story of this deck, I was going through my emails. I still got some deck list emails to get to. I'm getting there. There's still a few more, though. I got a lot of them over the weekend. So if you sent me one and I haven't got back to you yet, I still will, I promise. But someone sent me an Esper Vehicles deck, and the Esper Vehicles deck, it was intriguing. It got me thinking about vehicles in Greasefang and Standard. And the deck looks sweet, but it had some weird choices. Like, I don't know about Containment Construct. That's a little bit awkward, and it's got Meat Hook Massacre and so forth. So I thought, wait a minute. What if we build Mardu vehicles? And I'm actually really happy with how the deck turned out. I think Mardu vehicles, I really want to try Aster. That was a card I was really hyped about during spoiler season, but we haven't played yet. Plus, when you're in white, you get some really neat synergies, like Guardian of Nubenalia, Fleeting Spirit can discard our vehicles to get back with Greasefang. Being in red gives us, of course, Asters and Fable of Mirror Breaker to discard our vehicles for Greasefang. And then we just got some really sweet loops. Like, we can get back a vehicle with Greasefang, smack our opponent with it, or kill their stuff if it's Surge, Hack, or Mech, and then Liliana to discard the vehicle, to do it again the next turn, and do it again the next turn, and Asters for the crewing. So I'm hyped to see if vehicles can actually work. I have a bunch of Bills on my fantasy football team, so I'm okay. Oh, the Bills are looking pretty good. They're very good. I'm afraid to say that as a Bills fan, because usually that means things are about to go horribly wrong, but so far, they're just absolutely crushing people. Morning, Nemesis Cat. How are you? Good to see you. So that's the plan for today. Play some Magic, talk about Unfinity. We've started to get Unfinity spoilers. I need your opinion on the cards we've seen today. We got 2 Acorn cards, which means they're not legal. 1 non-Acorn card. Our non-Acorn card, what do you think of this card? This card is already causing a bit of controversy in the Magic community, and that is Space Ballerina. Space Ballerina. I like the pun. It's a good little punny name there on Space Ballerina. Space Ballerina. So this card's legal. Commander, Legacy, Vintage. Space Ballerina, 4 mana, 3 loyalty. It has Space Sculptor. When it enters the battlefield, you put all creatures into Alpha, Beta, and Gamma sectors. If a creature isn't assigned to a sector, its controller assigns it to one. Opponents assign first. So essentially, all the creatures on the battlefield are going to be divided into these 3 groups, and then its abilities care about those groups. +1, creatures in each sector can be blocked this turn only by creatures in the same sector. So you can use this to like make your team unblockable. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature in a sector of your choice. That includes your opponent creatures. Destroy all creatures in a sector of your choice. People are not happy about this card already, which it does seem, I guess, a little annoying to play with. Like, I can see like separating your stuff and keeping track of it, and a creature coming in after. Like, it does seem a little bit annoying to play with. I imagine in paper, though, you can just like split them into three piles. Rorik's Venture, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could just ignore it and be like, everything's in the same sector. The game goes on as normal. I imagine how this plays is, hey, what's up, dog? How are you? Good to see ya. I imagine how this plays is you play Space Ballerina. Your opponent probably wants to separate their creatures into all 3 sectors so they can potentially do some blocking or whatever. And then you're kind of incentivized to put all your creatures into 1 sector so you can put counters on your entire team or make most of your team unblockable. So I think that's how it's going to play. I don't think this card's going to see any legacy play or anything, but I don't know. I guess I don't even know if we'll see Commander play outside of the memes. I don't think it's good. I think it's like kind of funny and probably a little annoying to play with, but I don't think it's actually like super powerful. It does make me want a remix of the Jason Mind Sculptor song, though. Space the Mind Sculptor, better than all. We need a outer space remix. Get on that, Jabin. The other cards, these are the Acorn cards. So not legal. You can rule 0 them in if you want. Big top, 5-color land based on what you're wearing, your shirt essentially. This one, I think I would rule 0 this in. That's gonna be my question for you with some of these cards. Ignacio of Mira's Marvels. Would you let someone play a commander deck with this card? 4 mana, 4/3 Lizard Performer. As it enters the battlefield, choose Armor, Blood, Book, Bottle, Fang, Fire, Scroll, Spear, Sword, or Water. When you cast a spell with the chosen object in the art, create 2 treasure tokens. And as partner, I think I would let someone rule 0 this. Like, it doesn't seem overpowered to me. If you want to build like Book Tribal or Fang Tribal or Blood Tribal, I'm perfectly fine with that. If you want to like jam this against me in a commander game, go for it. Maybe there's like some combo I'm missing. I haven't looked through all the art. It seems really annoying to build around because you got to go through the art, but those are the cards we got so far. But the full spoiler stream coming in an hour. But let's do our reminders. We can talk about it more as we go along. What do you think about the Jace? Like, the criticism I've heard about the Jace is it's just too hard to play with. Too much of a cognitive load. Is there any concern that Magic's getting too complicated for people? Like, does that card push it over the edge somehow to being too complicated? The card's pretty cool. Feels like Water Tribal is OP. Whispers saying walk away Water Tribal. Water Tribal sounds sweet. All right, reminders. Replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube. Tons of stuff coming up on the YouTube. Tomorrow, we're doing it. We're playing Karn on Against the Odds. Y'all made me do it. Don't worry, though, because Braids won the poll. So we're playing Karn and Braids. Together, I think that's the solution to both of their problems. Karn by itself, so bad. But if you got Braids, Karn might be good. Braids by itself, not super good. But if you have Karn, then I think it becomes really good. So pretty sweet Against the Odds deck tomorrow. We played some Modern yesterday for Budget Magic, returning to 8-Wack. There's a bunch more Modern coming up in the future. Started working on more Modern decks, so that's coming soon. Early stream today because spoilers at noon. So I want to watch the spoiler stream for Unfinity together. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some sweet Unfinity cards, maybe you need your own Space Bellerin or a Warhammer 40k deck or Warhammer 40k singles, you're going to make cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Even get a free goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes. Also, I'm usually someone who complains a bit about the constant spoiler schedule. We just got Warhammer, and now we're going into Unfinity. We just got a couple of weeks ago, Nominaria. I will say, in this case, I'm going to give Wizards a pass because this was not the intention. Remember, we were supposed to get Unfinity April 1st. So we were supposed to get Unfinity in April. We were supposed to get Warhammer in August, but then because of shipping delays or something, production delays, they had to push them all back to the fall. So I know it's a wild spoiler schedule, but I think in this case, it's kind of not Wizards' fault, or at least not fully their fault. It's not like they intended to have this ridiculous spoiler season, just set into set. So I'm going to give them a pass on this one for all the spoilers. Also, as far as spoiler stuff, I was thinking I was going to have to end the stream early to make a spoiler video. However, Tomer's going to cover Unfinity on the Commander channel since it's mostly Commander focused. If we get some like Legacy All-Star, I'll make a video about it. But that means we get to play more Magic, which is pretty sweet. The stream starts in 51 minutes, the spoiler stream. So let's talk about this deck. So we can play some Magic. We'll take a break in an hour, 50 minutes, watch the spoiler stream, play some more Magic. I've been wanting to make a Book Tribal deck forever. I'm actually kind of excited about that commander. Like, that's a good Rule 0 commander. When does spoilers for Brothers War start? So I know that they're doing a panel of them at Magic 30 in Vegas, the end of October. I don't know if that's the start of spoiler season or in the middle of spoiler season. Green screen is a little rough today. Ooh, I can probably fix that, maybe. Oh yeah, the green screen is rough, isn't it? That's fixable. Boom. Much better. Did it. So I know it'll be going on the end of October. I don't know if it starts a little before that, but sometime around the end of October, we'll have Brothers War spoilers. Great to have you in the stream. Something I watch while my opponents twiddle on Moto. like literal twiddling. All right, so what is this deck? I talked about it a little bit. This is Mardu vehicles. The idea is we got all the good vehicles: Surge, Hacker, Mech, vehicle plus removal, unlicensed search, vehicle plus graveyard hate, Reckoner, Bankbuster, vehicle plus card draw, Mech, Titan Core, vehicle that turns into Voltron in standard if we get a bunch of vehicles. So the goal of this deck is on turn 2, we can discard vehicles to Fleeting Spirit or Guardian of New Benalia and hopefully get a Surge, Hacker, Mech or whatever in the graveyard. Then we can Grease Fang it back for free, and then we can use these cards to keep discarding them and keep Grease Fanging them back, and Liliana discard them and keep getting it back. Aster's on the top end of our curve to dig for our vehicles and make the crew cost a little lower. So it's essentially Mardu mid-rangey vehicles is the goal of the deck, and I'm actually kind of excited to see if it's good. Do I have a real-life driver's license? I do. It has literally the worst picture I've ever seen, to the point where I think I gotta go back to DMV and get... Oh, we also randomly hit Mythic somehow. I do have a real life driver's license, and it is sometime I will show you the driver's license picture. I'll have to get it off the license because I'm not gonna put the whole license on stream. We already did that once with credit cards. The picture is so incredibly bad. Ooh, maybe we should have. Yeah, on second thought, maybe we do want to have Mech Hanger. It might be a mistake to not have it. At least a couple copies. It's a little awkward with our fixing, but it's still in some number. It's still probably worth it. Yeah, I mean, I live out in the middle of nowhere. I gotta drive. I gotta drive like 10 minutes to go to a gas station, a half hour to go to like a real grocery store, like a Walmart or a Target or something. No. Oh no. There should be a chat overlay. Let's see if we can fix this. Yeah, you never know when. You never know when the bot is going to... Let's see if this fixes it. I wasn't hearing the splash sound for subs either, which is a bad sign. Still no chat. Oh, there it is. Haha! Success. Professional streamer. Do I have a hilariously small car like the Simpsons tall guy? Actually, kind of. It's like a little Nissan Sentra or whatever. So I don't know if it's hilariously small, but it is not a large vehicle considering how big and tall I am. Unfinity spoilers. No, the spoiler stream is in 45 minutes, and we will watch it together. Yeah, let's just pass. We can kill something with Infernal Grasp if we need to. Or we can Bankbuster draw if we don't need to. Boom it. Also, I kind of like Rite of Oblivion in this deck since we can stack our vehicles and then get them back with... Are we taking 3? We're at 15. Yeah, let's kill it, I guess. Oh, I went to... I don't know if anyone in chat was here. Hey, what's up, Labrador? How are you? Good to see you. Went to the charity event in Rochester for... They did a Commander Sealed charity event for Trevor Project over the weekend. It was super fun. So if you were there and said hello, good to meet you. Yes, preview stream 45 minutes, and we will watch it together. Have I ever been forklift certified? Yes. I had a job a long time ago. I think when I was, how old was I? I don't even know. But yeah, when I was like super young. I worked at a warehouse for a while where I had to drive a forklift, so I have been forklift certified. I'm sure I'm not anymore. That was a long time ago. I'm sure it runs out eventually, but okay, so opponent has a bunch of creatures. This exiles. I don't really want to stick a Bankbuster. How do we do this without dying? So we can Surge, Hacker, Mech, kill something. I guess we could Ajano plus Infernal Grasp, kill both things. Discard right to Oblivion. We really want to get these vehicles fired up. If we can actually turn on the vehicles, it gets so much better. But we can't afford to take this hit. You know what? Let's just Surge, Hacker, Mech. Kill the Trespasser. Discard the land. Where's all of our drivers? I went to the Shinedown Jelly Roll concert in Syracuse. How was that? Invoke Despair. Ouch, ouch. Triple ouch. A Valve Sleeper. How do we not die? Yes, straw has not been ideal. Not ideal. Well, Rite of Oblivion. Exile Tenacious Underdog. Sack the mech. Play the land. Pass the turn. We just didn't draw any crew members. Opponent. I had a job a long time ago. I wish I could say that in my mid-30s. Oh, well, I mean, before I ended up doing college and ended up making content and being the content manager at Goldfish, I worked a lot of like kind of meh jobs. I worked at McDonald's for a while when I was in high school. Delivered pizza for a while. Worked at a factory. That's where I drove the forklift. Well, Oh boy, this is painful. Infernal Grass down to 1. We really need one of these bank posters to go off so we can crew it. I worked at a animal feed mill and egg waste store. That was probably the most dangerous job. On replay YouTube, the Liliana stream you uploaded has audio sync issues where it's about 5 minutes out of sync. Oh, I didn't know that was an issue. I will see what I can do for fixing it. But yes, I will try to do something. Graveyard Trespasser, so that makes us die. That's unfortunate. 1 life is not enough here. 1 life is not enough. So, crew the Bank Buster. We need to draw Graveyard Hate. That's not Graveyard Hate. Unlicensed Hearse, please. Fleeting Spirit. Oh, Graveyard Trespasser. I was like the best McDonald's employee. I got to, I always got to work the drive-through window so I could just talk to people. It was actually kind of fun, I will say. I had to work, when I first started working there, I had to work the grill. Oh my God, that was a miserable job. That was like one of the least fun jobs I've ever worked. But doing the drive-through was actually kind of fun because you just got to like talk to people, be nice to people. Putting the orders in was like super easy. So I actually like that wasn't bad. But working like actually making the food at McDonald's. Also, working at McDonald's ruins eating at McDonald's. For sure. Hey Seth, yeah, maybe we gotta add the vehicle land, I think. That would have helped there, being able to crew the vehicles. Hey Seth, if you want some spice this weekend, there is an infamous small French tournament in Paris in Legacy, and the winner plays Mono White Initiative. What? Mono White Initiative, eh? Ooh, okay, so kind of Death and Taxes with a bunch of initiative cards. That's actually super spicy. I'm gonna have to check and make sure these are actually on Moto, but that could be a good Mucha Brew deck. We're about due for some Legacy action. It's time. Oh, maybe it was at McDonald's that I worked at. When I worked at McDonald's, just seeing how the food was treated and how people would handle it kinda grossed me out. I mean, this was a long time ago, so I'm sure it's improved, and it might have been the specific McDonald's I worked at, but there were definitely people who would, like, drop food on the floor and just, like, still use it, or just, like, the milkshake thing was all, like, full of flies, and they'd still serve it. It was just, like, it had to be so many health code violations. So I'm sure it depends on your specific McDonald's where you're working. I'm sure that plays into it, but the one I worked at grossed me out. We need another card. 13 seconds, not much time. Let's Parasitic Grasp. Run it like that. I remember oh my goodness. The worst one is This was not where I live, thankfully. Well, it was near where I live, but I never actually get there. When I lived in Colorado for a while, there was a news story about someone who worked at Taco Bell and like took a dump in the taco meat and then they served it. I think that person ended up thankfully getting arrested, but still, how do you go back to Taco Bell after that? You would think that would just be the the deal breaker of all deal breakers. Jonathan Lynch, welcome to the Fishbowl for this 6 month. Thank you for your subscription. Big subscription for you. Thank you. A little color skewed at the moment. Colorado's sweet. If I didn't have I think Colorado is where I would most like to live outside of New York. If it wasn't for family and friends and all the stuff that that necessitates being in New York at the moment, Colorado is definitely where I would move to. I love Colorado. About it gets in, hits us. The weather's good. The mountains are sweet. I don't know how much it's changed, but 15 years ago or whatever, when I lived in Denver was a sweet city that I just really liked the actual city of Denver. So it was just a really, really cool area. Well, there's our white mana. We got an Asters. How do we do this? I mean, I guess we can just Asters and see what happens. Go digging. Next turn, we still need another white source. Still needs a white source. Could Bankbuster draw? Yeah, let's Asters. Asters number 1. Go digging. Yeah, see, really? That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. We have so many vehicles in the deck and we whiffed. Well, yeah, when I was in Denver, it was actually pretty cheap, but I'm sure it is not. I'm sure it's not exactly like that anymore. About it. Passes. Now, flip the Saga. Play Bankbuster. Play the land. Let's just draw. Let's draw with Bankbuster. The problem is they're to the Invoke Despair part of the game, and that's a bad part of the game for us. About it. Roadside Reliquary. No Invoke. No Invoke. Which card do you think is more... Which card do you think is more of a problem in Standard? Invoke Despair and Meathook Massacre. Which one is more brutal for you personally? Opponent. Can't top the Meth Lab in the Mop Sink. No! That's a real thing? Wow, that's... Yeah, that would be hard to top. Well, Fleeting Spirit. And also... What? We want this to flip back. I guess we just double Fleeting Spirit. Fleeting Spirit, Fleeting Spirit. Flip back the Trespasser. And... yeah, pass the turn. So Valve Sleeper is actually going to do work here. Opponent. Meathook just invalidates so many strategies. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in the Meathook camp. Like, if I think that Meathook makes less decks playable. I think that's the concern. I think that Invoke is very powerful, but Invoke also does have a very strict mana cost, and I've definitely lost to Invoke a lot of times, but I'm not sure that Invoke just keeps decks from existing the way that Meathook does. Opponent. I need some removal for this Valve Sleeper. I'll draw a card. More lands. Untap. Oh. Oh. Do we want to burn the house down? Play the land. Bank Buster. Into a Bank Buster. Invoke is a 6-shooter. Meat Hook is a tactical nuke. Yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much sums it up. Stone Rain! How are you? Hey, what's up, Dyphon? Glad to see ya. Too bad I didn't know this early stream start. By the way, I'm also Percent Mythic. Hey, congrats, Dyphon. The deck's still been working. Yeah, early start today so we can watch the spoiler stream in 35 minutes. Invoke is also pretty heavily demanding black mana. Yeah, that is also true. Meat Hook is way more splashable. Well, that's okay. Crew Bank Buster. Copy Bank Buster. Draw with Bank Buster. The jankiest card advantage engine ever. Play another Bank Buster. And I guess we just passed the turn. Oh, we got to kill this Evolved Sleeper at some point. This Evolved Sleeper is in card draw mode. It is reach card draw mode and growing massive mode. Hey Seth, would you have any upgrades for Is It Prowess Budget Magic deck for standard, either main deck or sideboard? The one that we played like the very first week of standard, the Belmore one. I haven't actually worked much more on that deck. I'd have to think on it. I feel like the one that we played was a pretty good starting point for budget. As far as being non-budget, I think there's some additional options. Are the 40k decks coming to Moto? Would love to see him played on Commander Clash. Have not actually seen any confirmation of that. I hope so, but my hopes are usually dashed when it comes to them adding Commander cards. Although to Wizards' credit, they did add a bunch of Commander cards recently that I was not expecting. So maybe it actually will. Meat Hook Massacre. Okay, so blank this. Crew this. Blink this. Bleeding Spear's actually kind of good. Ooh, painting Warhammer miniatures. How time consuming is it to paint Warhammer miniatures? Is it like, does it take forever? G Fuel Code, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip for you. Thank you. So are y'all actually, how are you feeling about Unfinity? I'm really curious. Is this a set that people are like hyped for? Not hyped for? Opponent goes in combat. Passes. We get our spirits back. All right, well, untap. Draw even more lands. Well, draw with Bank Buster. Ooh. That's actually super good. So we get to Rite of Oblivion. The Sleeper. Actually, maybe we get the Bank Buster. Yeah, let's get the Bank Buster. This will probably make our opponent tap down. So get rid of the Bank Buster. Sacking our Bank Buster. Opponent draws. But now we get to just Greasefang back the Bank Buster. Play the land. Go to combat. Get back the Bank Buster. Draw with Bank Buster. The synergies. Ooh, another Rite of Oblivion. Okay. Pass the turn. Pick up the Bank Buster. About it. Skeptical of Sticker's impact on Eternal formats. Otherwise, really hyped for first unset I'll be able to draft. Is a fairly new player. Unsets are not my cup of tea. I'm hugely into astronomy. So all the basics and shocks being planets are in my wheelhouse. Yeah, the flavor is really interesting. Hey, what's up, Cooter? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I am also not a big fan of the mixing of black border and silver border. What do you think about a fully... What do you think about a fully black border unset? Like, I feel like Magic cards have gotten weird enough that we could have a full black border unset and it would be fine. And maybe even pretty interesting. All right, opponent passes. We get drained. Well, okay. Draw with Bank Buster. Ouch, get drained. Rite of Oblivion. Sheoldred. Sack the Bank Buster. Look at the synergies. Look at the synergies. The synergies of the deck. I don't know if these synergies are going to let us win, but the synergies are sweet. Opponent's going to draw a card. Sure. So go to combat. Get back the Bank Buster. Draw with Bank Buster. Still can't. This Evolve Sleeper is really doing work for our opponent. Pass the turn. Play another Bank Buster. Play the land. Pick up the Bank Buster. We also might need a mini painting channel on the Goldfish Discord. Ooh, that could be pretty interesting. Like, I think that they could put enough jokes into a black border set that would be fine now. Like 5 years ago, I don't think that was true. Magic cards were too serious that it probably wouldn't come across as funny. But I think that now we're at a point where there's enough weirdness and, oh no, another Sheoldred. Okay. Yeah, these Sheoldreds. And another Valve Sleeper. I mean, we do get to kill the Sheoldred again. Opponent passes. Guardian of Nubenalia. We get drained. Down to 9. We've looped so many vehicles, but our opponent just plays Sheoldreds. Well, Rite of Oblivion. Get the Sheoldred. Sack the Bank Buster. My opponent gonna crew the vehicle. Okay. And draw. The problem is they're gonna hit Invoke Despair eventually, and that's gonna be an issue. So Sheoldred down. Play Guardian Nubenalia. Go to combat. Get back the Bank Buster. Oh, double Sheoldred. Just imagine imagining an unset legal tournament. People show up in 5-color t-shirts, making sure not to wear denim, etc. Oh, I missed your sub message. Oh no. My apologies. I will get it. I didn't hear the splash. Is the splash still not working? I feel like the splash is the key to knowing when a sub is happening, and we're missing it today. Well, I mean, yeah. Oh, go to combat. No attacks. Bank Buster Part 2. Pick up a Bank Buster. We keep doing the same thing every single turn. Pass the turn. Oh, Doc Pro Foxbeard, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Hey, Seth, met you at the Commander Seal in Rochester. Don't know if you remember me. I was playing Jetmir. I ended up making the finals. Didn't take home first, though. It was such a fun event. Love the content, and it was cool meeting you. I do remember that. We were both on Jetmir. Jetmir twins. I'm glad you did so well. I did not do as well with my Jetmir deck, unfortunately. Went out first in the first round. I did better after that, but still. Dylan Hunter, Wall of Chaos, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. I gotta make the splash sound. How do I fix the splash sound? There's gotta be a way. Opponent. Gonna kill our Astor. I mean, I guess we crew. We might need to do some crewing. I mean, if Bankbuster dies, we get it back anyway. That's one thing we've learned, is Bankbuster just keeps coming back. But we're getting got by the Black Staples. Miug Massacre draining. Invoke Despair, gonna be coming. Hey, what's up, Ray? Good to have you. Welcome. About it. I do love these synergies. I wonder if the synergies are strong enough. Graveyard Trespass. Oh, gets you to Rite of Oblivion. All right. Maybe we need an actual Wrath. Maybe, do we have to play Miug Massacre? I really hate that about this standard, that it's like, everyone has Miug Massacre, so I guess I should play Miug Massacre too. That's one of the more disappointing parts of the format, is it just like pushes you in that direction. Made a cool Demir deck with Academy Lore Master. Ooh, let me see, Stone Rain. Abundant. Banking. Passing. Oh, so we draw land. Well, let's draw a card. Ooh, Search Hacker Mech. That actually can kill something. That can actually kill something. All right, let's go to combat. Attack with Guardian of New Benalia and enlist. Scry 2. First time we have ever enlisted. Unlicensed Hers. Is that good enough? Is that good enough? It does shut down the Graveyard Trespassers, which are eventually going to be an issue. Yeah, well, we'll keep it. All right, do some scrying. Opponent, would you like to take 5? Gonna block. And level up. Sure. Well, discard the land. I don't know if this is going to be enough. Play Bankbuster. Play Surge Hacker Mech. Kill the Valves. I guess we should have done that pre-combat. Yeah, that was an awkward, probably not ideal attack. And then Fleeting Spirit. Discard. Fleeting Spirit. To blink. Get it back past the turn. The Lore Master deck looks sweet. I think that the best way to build around Lore Master, I think, is the direction you're going, which is like, as draw-go-y as possible. The more you can play instant speed, the more you can draw an extra card every turn, and your opponent's probably not going to be able to. So I like the idea of Stone Rain. That's kind of, it reminds me of a deck that Crim would play. I'm surprised we haven't seen a Crim Lore Master deck yet, because that's exactly the draw-go style that we expect of Crim. Engine doesn't amount to much. Well, in our defense, we haven't drawn Surge Hacker Mech. If we're doing those same loops with Surge Hacker Mech, rather than with Bank Buster, it's a lot more effective because we're just wrathing our opponent's board. So I think the fact that we didn't draw our first Surge Hacker until 28 cards into our deck is kind of awkward. Check Cheller C. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Thank ya. Opponent, gonna level up the sleeper. They don't know that we have another Grease Fang, which is interesting. I'm just so worried. Like, the combo of Invoke Despair and Meat Hook. Oh, God. Another Meat Hook. Well, I guess we're crewing. Oh, they keep managing to Meat Hook in a way that kills our stuff, but not their stuff, and it is bad news. Yeah. Get wrecked. Meat Hook Massacre does what Meat Hook Massacre does. I mean, our opponent can't really attack here, though, I don't think. Opponent passes. All right, so we draw the hearse. We're pretty lacking in vehicles to crew members now, though, which is also an issue. Huh. Well, okay. Draw with Bank Buster. Oh, I wish we had put the hearse to the bottom. Okay. Okay. Not good. Bank Buster. Surge Hacker Mech. I think this still leaves us dead, right? So we can Surge Hacker away something, but then we still just die. All right, we gotta on to the next one. Hey, good morning, Mayhems. How are you? Good to see you. I love Lore Master so much in Limited, mostly because it's worse than a 2-3 for 2, but people insist on playing it because it's rare. Yeah, I think people do that in Limited, especially if you're not super experienced in Limited. You feel like it's a rare, so I gotta play it, but in practice, that ends up being a disaster a lot of the time. All right. Don't let that get you down on the power of vehicles. Don't let that get you down. I think that was just like sort of not our best draws. Give it time. It'll get better. See if we can fix the green screen. Not too bad. They made it rare for a reason. I mean, hey, thanks for hanging out, Free Jazz. Have a good one. I mean, in general, thinking rare equals powerful is probably a fine way to think. Like, if you are a newer player to Magic and not super familiar with power levels, I think you would do better at draft if you just assume that rare means powerful. However, I don't think it's definitely not always the case. So as you draft more, I think eventually you get away from that line of thinking. Well, I mean, maybe we assemble Voltron this game. Actually, we probably sack Voltron to Rite of Oblivion. That's probably the more likely outcome. Can you beat a Mech Titan Core mono black deck? Do you think we'll ever go back to Kaladesh now that vehicles are evergreen and colored artifacts are a thing? I think we go back to pretty much everywhere. Except Lorwyn for some reason. Apparently we will just never go back to Lorwyn. I mean, even Lorwyn I think we'd probably go back to eventually. Well, Liliana, get rid of this graveyard trespasser. Hey Seth, have you ever played Magic on a tabletop simulator? It's really easy, and it'll be a way to play with new Warhammer cards. I can show you if you need. Like Cockatrice or whatever, something like that. A little bit. I've used like Cockatrice in the past. I'll play the land. Surge Hacker Mech. Kill the vampire. Take up Liliana. Discard Rite of Oblivion. 3. We need 3 more vehicles. Jupe, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super free. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The question is, do we have rules engines on the tabletop simulators? My experiences in the past have been that without a rule engine, it gets a lot worse. Well, I guess it's Aster's time to shine, hopefully. Aster. Grab a Bank Buster. Crew. Surge Hacker Mech. Kill your Sorin. Play the land. We actually have a realistic shot of going off with this Mech Titan core this game. That does not happen very often. Wizard stream in 15 minutes, and we will watch it together. That's why we're streaming early today. I haven't seen Spice's video yet. I saw that it was floating around, but I haven't actually gotten a chance to watch it. I'll play Bank Buster. If we win with Voltron, that would be sweet. Draw with Bank Buster, play a land, unlicense her, start fighting the graveyard fight. Pass. I mean, we can actually Voltron. It doesn't beat Liliana, but we can actually Voltron. Sorin returns. Sure. Mech Titan core. Mech Titan core. Any word on the streams topic? Wait, on what topic? Opponent. Will you stream your journey from... Will you stream your journey to Jiu-Jitsu black belt from nothing? If I ever decide to become a Jiu-Jitsu black belt, for sure. I mean, I'm already like a purple belt or something, so it shouldn't take that long. Couple of streams, maybe. All right, so... Oh, the Unfinity spoiler stream is like 15 minutes. We will watch it. It's a Wizard stream. Wait, is anyone in chat actually about in Jiu-Jitsu? I've never done any, like, martial arts. Was Niantic at the Paris tournament? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Niantic said that it's actually a very long trip for him to get to... Well, let's Surge Hacker Mech. I'm pretty sure that Niantic said it's actually a very long trip for him to get to Paris. Wait, can we kill... So we crew this, which crews this, which kills this. Yeah, let's go for it. So kill the Tenacious Underdog. All right, combo time. Fleeting Spirit is going to drive a Reckoner Bank Buster. And then Reckoner Bank Buster is going to drive a Surge Hacker Mech. Crewing right up the chain. That's a 5/5. And hopefully that's a dead... Oh! Oh! I crewed the summoning sick one. Oh. Oh, that's a punt. That is a punt. Oh, I wanted that Sorin to be dead too. Opponent's gonna cut down the Fleeting Spirit. Well, I mean, I guess we blink it. Oh, that was not good. Yeah, there was no no justification. That was just a straight up punt. Thankfully, we do get to get rid of this Tenacious Underdy. The question's going to be, can we actually stop this Sorin? So wait, this turns into a what? 10-10, Flying Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink, Haste. Opponent ticks up. Land. The Celestus. Day becomes night. Discards a land. A Valve Sleeper. Get back the Fleeting Spirit. exile it and 4 other artifact creatures. Are we just doing it? Should we just do it? Do we just run out Mech Titan and be like, beat it if you can? Is it Voltron time? I think it's, I mean, I don't think we can pass up this opportunity. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Here comes Voltron. They should have an epic animation, but I don't think it does. Nope. It doesn't even have a animation. All right, that's a 10-10 flying vigilance, trample, lifelink, haste. I guess we kill this Sorin. Or do we just go with our opponent? Yeah, all right, let's try to kill our opponent. That's probably better. Because if our opponent kills this, we get our other stuff back, and that other stuff will kill the Sorin anyway. So either they kill this, and then they die from our vehicles coming back into play, or they don't kill this, and they die to Voltron. Cardias and Tanos! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super, thank you. I think it was your Esper vehicle list. Did I just respond to it this morning, Corneas? Someone sent me an Esper vehicle list that is what inspired me to build this deck. Should have held the land for the spirit. Yeah, I was thinking that we wanted to play it in case that, because they have to kill this, and if they kill this, we get back Bankbuster and get to draw. But maybe taking up. I was thinking we just don't care about the fleeting spirit anymore, but maybe we still do. Vehicles. And a got him. The mech. Maybe we should play more Mech Titans. I will say, like, artifacts are kind of like sort of resilient in standard compared to most card types. Vehicles dodge Liliana. They dodge Meok Massacre. They dodge Invoke Despair. That's a pretty long list of popular cards that it does not get. Oh, the artifacts come back tapped. Did I not read enough of this huge line of text? When the token leaves the battlefield, return all exile cards except Mech Titan to the battlefield tapped. Oh, I outsmarted myself on that one. All right, what are? Yeah, I think that's was probably your deck, Corneas. That's what inspired me to work on Mardu vehicles. Karn vehicles. Karn's coming tomorrow. Do I have to eat my words? That's the question. Watch tomorrow's Against the Odds to find out if I have to eat my words calling Karn the worst planeswalker of all time. Ooh, the cosplay. The cosplay is coming along, Tanos. I'm excited to see it in Vegas. I assume you meant it killed Sorin because of the ETB shoot trigger. Yeah, so if they killed Voltron, we'd get back Surge Hacker Mech. Surge Hacker Mech, ETB with a bunch of vehicles would kill the Sorin. So they were kind of in a very, very tough position there. What do we want against this deck, though? How do we stop the black decks? Oh, we got to do it quick. We got 7-ish minutes until spoiler time. All right, Unlicensors in, Burn Down the House in, Liliana the Veil in, maybe Duresses, go down Guardian of Nubenalia, go down Infernal Grasp, go down, oh, we don't have room for all these. Ooh. All right, try it like that. Is Aster the king of Astartes? Not sure about the lore. Gotta be, right? It's gotta be. Do you think that Karn is worse than Jace the Living Guild Pact? So my initial tier ranking was Karn was the somewhere around the 4th to 6th worst planeswalker of all time. The ones that I think are clearly worse, OG Tibalt has still not been topped as the worst planeswalker of all time. So that's number 1, OG Tibalt. Number 2, I think, is Jace Living Guild Pact. Number 3 is Chandra Blaze. And then somewhere in the, wow, so much discard. Somewhere in the next group is where Karn falls in. There's a group of like very bad, but not as bad as the bottom 3 planeswalkers. I think Karn's somewhere in that group, which would put it somewhere between like 4th to 6th or 7th, somewhere in that range. Would you watch a video that was tier ranking every planeswalker? Or tier ranking, or just literally counting down maybe every planeswalker? Would that be a video you would watch? I've been thinking about making it ever since the Karn thing came up. Opponent. Ooh. Ooh. Well, let's, oh, this is probably Invoke Despair about to come down. Do we run out the Liliana into the Invoke Despair is the question. We could just make tokens. Oh. Yeah, let's make tokens. Let's wait. Let's wait. They're gonna draw a new hand here anyway, I'm sure. Maybe I'll make it. Maybe I will. It'll probably take a bit because that's a big project. So I think it would take a little while for me to actually do it. But I really do kind of want to make that video. It's actually what? Asteres, right? Yeah, opponent. You know what? Let's do this. Let's make a token to sacrifice just to minimize the amount of cards our opponent gets to draw here. Well, play Liliana. Take it up. Make you discard.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Play the land, hit you for 1. Oh, Invoke Despair is such an issue. Such an issue. Born the other day, so I made a fixed version of card. Ooh, let me see. Graveyard Trespasser. Eats our Asteres. Ooh. Well, okay, take down Liliana. Step 1. Get rid of that issue.
Off you go.
Go to combat. Hit you for 1. Oh, let's wait. Let's just wait. Let's see what Fixed Karn looks like. Fixed Karn. 3 mana, 3 loyalty. Same +1, -2. Pay any amount of mana. Look at the top X cards of your library where X is 2 plus the amount of mana you paid. Okay, so you always get to draw a card. That would make it a lot. That would make it a lot better. The -2 is a lot better. Ooh, another one. Asteres. Yeah, I gotta do another mispronunciation video. All right, let's. All right. Kill this. Sack the token. Discard the Surge Hacker. Take up Liliana. Discard the Rite of Oblivion. Greasefang. Get back the Surge Hacker. Crew it and smack ya. Down to 15. Pick it up as the turn. Yeah, we're trying to get our opponent empty-handed is kind of the main goal here. Land. Come on, not. Okay, Shieldred, that's fine. We do not really care about Shieldred. Sure. Oh, this is actually sweet. So tick up. Oh, actually, this is not as sweet. Oh, no. Oh, yes, I guess this still works. Okay. Yeah, discard the Surge Hacker. This is still pretty sweet. So we get to go to combat. We get back the Surge Hacker. Hits for 2. We do not attack. Post-combat, Surge Hacker. Kill it. So we didn't get in any damage, but I think this is still fine because we get to bounce back the Surge Hacker anyway. And we're kicking up the Liliana towards ultimate. So I actually don't think that was a pun. It's still... Yeah, Bonus scoops it up in perfect timing because it is Unfinity time. All right, it should be time for spoilers. And then we'll play some more vehicles. Like I said, Tomer's doing the spoiler the spoiler videos for this set, so I don't have to immediately run off. Oh, yeah, Surge first would have been better, wouldn't it? Oh,
Very
stickers.
special episode. Somewhere around, we'll call it 5 months.
How
in
are the
making.
audio? How are the audio
We
levels?
are here today with the one and only Mark Rosewater, who is going to take us through
Pun City,
what
but
else?
Win City.
Unfinity. We are here
Audio
today
levels?
to give you.
Can you hear
let's
me?
Call it,
Can you hear
I'm
them?
going to call it the greatest show in the multiverse. Is how I'm going
All
to
right.
frame this show, because you know what? That leads us right into our first preview card.
First preview card.
The greatest show in the multiverse.
So Acorn.
It costs 7 mana.
Colorless
It's a
saga.
It's an artifact
It's an additional
enchantment.
cost to cast this spell.
And as an
Exile 5
additional
sorceries
cost
you
to
own
cast this spell, exile
with the same
5
artist
instant
and
and/or
different
sorcery cards you
names
own
from outside
with
the
the same
game.
artist and different names from outside the game. And then the
Wait. As an additional cost to cast this, exile 5 instant sorcery cards you own with the same artist and different names from outside the game. So all the cards have to be the same artist, but they can't be the same card. And then you choose one of the exile cards at random, can play it for free, play it for free.
Unsets is I like to say, what's the thing we do in normal Magic that
So-
we can apply to an unset?
I mean,
And
it's
so
cool to see a colorless
this set
saga.
was all about doing a top-down set. We wanted to pick a flavor, something really cool, and then design the entire
What do
set
you
and the
think
structure, all the
of
cards.
what do you think of
around
the
that theme.
text? I don't know if I
And so
like.
I went to Dawn Mirren, who was our art director.
I don't know
and
if I
said,
like
"Dawn,
the
okay, we
art.
wanna do something
I don't know
really
if I
cool
like
and fun,
having all
but
these
something that your
words
normal Magic might
on the
not do."
card.
And she came back with the idea of doing retro.
So you can
science
only get
fiction.
instants or
And I
sorceries,
came
so you
back
can't
with
get
the
it on
idea of doing
missions.
like a circus/carnival/amusement park.
So
And we said,
what's the best artist? What's the best artist that you get?
Galactic Astrotorium of Fun. It is literally
So, I mean,
a
obviously-
space carnival
okay,
that travels
question.
the galaxy.
Here's a
And
question
we are
for all
capturing-
these. Would you rule zero it? Would you let someone play this in your commander game? I mean, I like the art itself, but the text is weird to me.
We're also going to go through the 2 new mechanics, one of which you may already be familiar with. So we're going to start with stickers. Mark, would you introduce
stickers. All right, Mark.
to the
All right,
world
Mark.
a couple
Sell
months
us
ago?
on the
Why
worst
don't you start by
mechanic you've
telling
made in
us
a while.
a little bit about stickers, how they work, what's the deal with stickers?
Okay, so one of the things about a carnival is you get prizes, you get things. And so what we decided was we wanted to make use of sticker technology. Like one of the things about unsets is we're trying to go in new directions and try new things and explore
Technology.
spaces we haven't explored before. And stickers is something we've been talking about at R&D for a long time.
So I don't have the technology to.
And so we got really excited with
They
what
don't
if
have
we
the
could introduce stickers
technology
Magic and
to
do it
make
here
arena
in
work or fix the
Unfinity.
economy,
here's
but
how
they have
stickers work.
sticker
In your
technology.
booster
The
pack, there
sweet,
is
sweet
a
sticker tech.
sheet. There is a one of
We
your
did
cards.
it. We did it. We
is a
have
sheet of
finally
stickers.
have the technology.
And on that sheet, there are 3 name stickers, 3 art stickers, 2 ability stickers.
I will
and 2
say,
power
I'm
touch
glad
stickers.
Marrow's here because
And
I
the
think
way
we
it
can.
works
I think we can
basically-
throw some of those up on the screen too.
Yeah, so
perfect.
you can give some examples.
Eldrazi,
Here's some ones you
Guacamole,
haven't seen
Tightrope,
yet. So
Phyrexian,
the idea
Midway,
is there's name
Bamboozle,
stickers,
Unhinged,
there's art
Beast Hunt.
stickers, there's ability stickers. There's
I
power
like
touches
people who are
stickers.
passionate
You'll
about
notice
things.
that the ability stickers and the power touches stickers have a
And
little
and
ticket
Marrow
icon next
loves
to
his
them.
unsets.
And what that means
so
is in
it's gonna
order
be
to
fun to
sticker
watch
them,
this just
you have to
because
pay
he
a
loves
ticket
it.
cost.
Even if you don't
So
care
most of the
about
things that
Unfinity
sticker cards
yourself,
also
like
give you
that's
tickets.
to me
So
that's a
there's
selling
kind of-
point.
tickets work like energy. You
Look at
get
that
the counter, you
technology.
the player have them, and then you can spend them. You're not forced to spend
The
them.
cards have
but
so
if
many
you want
different
to do
artists,
one of the
too.
ability or power touch
So wait,
stickers,
they like
you can
hired an
spend
artist to
tickets
do
that.
one like
So
a
here's how
room?
stickers work. There'll be cards in the set that tell you to sticker your cards. The default for stickers is you can only sticker non-land permanents you own. So whether or not it says that on the card, that is the rule for all stickers. You can sticker non-land permanents that you own, not control. You can't sticker somebody else's card.
So it's
It has
good
to be
that you
something
can't sticker
own.
your opponent's stuff.
And then the idea is that when it says to sticker, sometimes it says sticker anything. Sometimes it says to sticker.
I
a
don't think
name
they're
sticker or
scratch and
art
sniff, but
sticker.
we're getting so
Assuming
close.
it says to sticker anything, you can choose what you want to sticker. Name stickers
Oh, you're
and art
right.
stickers are free.
It's the same artist for all of them.
Ability stickers and power toucher stickers will cost some amount of tickets.
Bamboozle,
So can we give? I know we have a card talking about how to get them. Let me
Guacamole.
show this card and help explain
Robo
it.
All right.
Pinata.
Robo
yeah.
Robo Pinata. 3 mana, 2/1.
In
When
the
it
set, by the
dies,
way,
choose
all
one. Get
the
2
robots-
stickers.
sorry, all
Put a
the
sticker on
clowns
target
in the
non-land
set
permanent
are
you
robots.
own.
There are a few robots that aren't clowns. But we wanted
That's
to make
not-
cards fun and not too creepy, and so we
That's
decided to
not
turn them into
that-
robots. So
that bad.
all of the
Like,
clown
that's-
robots have a function.
That's
This
not
clown
like
robot is a
super
pinata.
underpowered.
So the way it works, you'll notice on this card, when this one dies, some cards when they enter the battlefield, some might be a trigger, but you will usually get tickets. This particular one lets you choose between getting two tickets
3 mana,
or
2/1.
stickering your card.
Get some
so you can
stickers,
choose
put a
whether you
sticker
want
on something.
tickets or the
That
cards
doesn't
on
seem
this
that
card.
bad.
Some things will give you both tickets and
Oh,
let
is
you
there-
sticker.
is there a
This one
Planeswalker
makes you
I missed?
choose, but it gives you 2 tickets if you choose that. And
Oh,
then
Jace.
you can
Yeah,
put
we did
any
see
sticker on a non-land
Space
permanent you
Ballad
own.
Red. We talked about that
Once
at the
again,
beginning
if
of the
If
stream.
you don't have tickets, you can't do the ability stickers or the power toughness. But if you do, you can choose to do that.
I am
Power
filled
toughness
with
stickers
delicious
are,
candy. I am not a
replacement, meaning
trick.
If I put a power toughness sticker, let's say
Why?
Little Pinata
Why is it
got a
yelling
power-
at me?
got a sticker
Why
on
is it
itself.
yelling at me? Why is
Instead
it all
of a 2/1, it
caps?
could turn into a 4/4 or a 5/5. So it replaces it. Whatever the last power toughness sticker, that's what it is. So you can keep putting power toughness stickers on.
Well,
but
I
the
was
latest
meaning like
ones
power
supersedes
level
the ones
wise.
before it.
So with the stickers,
The other stickers, the art stickers,
Here's
the
what
name
I'm-
stickers,
here's what I'm looking for with stickers. I am looking for stickers to be costed in a way that they're not playable outside of janky commander decks. We don't want to see stickers be an actual competitive mechanic in Legacy or Vintage. Like that's the nightmare, is if there's actually competitive sticker decks in tournament formats. So I'm rooting for stickers to be underpowered, powerful enough that if you want to build a commander deck around them for some reason you can, but not powerful enough to actually see competitive play. This one's like not super bad, more
all the
competitively
rules
costed
in
than the
the tournament
past
care about
one.
is,
So, and
are
it's
you
only
the
a
same name or
common.
not?
So
Once you add a sticker, you're not the same name.
why is it
Does
a
that mean-
nightmare? I mean, I guess it's my personal biases.
If you
I think
sticker on a
that
legendary creature,
most
you can now play a
competitive-
second one,
most
but
competitive
it's not the
Legacy
same
and Vintage
name,
players
and
I've heard
the
from
legend rule no longer
do not
applies to
actually
it.
want to have to play with stickers
right,
in their
and-
Legacy tournaments.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. Yeah, I was gonna say. I just want to make sure that we clarify something. So when a card says put a sticker on a permanent, you still have to pay the ticket cost for that
Yes,
sticker.
yes.
correct? Yeah.
If
This
you ever
mechanic
want to
sounds
use
a little
an ability sticker
complicated.
or a power toughness sticker, they always have a ticket cost. The lowest is 2. Some are higher. So, for example, you'll
So you
see,
get these ones for
on the
free.
first card,
The
there's
names
an
and
ability that
art.
costs 5.
What
You know,
what
there's a power
purpose
toughness
is there
on the
for
second
art
one that costs
stickers?
5. So it can
Like
cost more
what?
stickers.
What
The
can we
lowest
actually
cost is always
do?
2.
We've talked
And
about the
you
name
must
stickers, like
pay
getting
the
around
ticket
Pithing
cost
Needle.
If you're doing an
Is there
ability or power
any
toughness. You must.
possible
You can't
use
avoid
of
it.
the
There's
art stickers?
There's nothing that lets you sticker without making.
I
you
haven't
pay
been
the
able to
cost.
come up with one.
Or
My
there are
question
some
is,
cards that
do you
give
have
tickets
to
that
take the
make you
stickers
pay
off
cost,
at the
but
end of the
it
game,
gives you
or is it
tickets
just
ahead of
permanent?
time.
You do take them off. They're supposed to be
Well, I think we had. So we saw
reusable.
Robo Pinata, which
So you
which gives
take them, use them, take them
tickets,
off,
can
put them
help
back on
you
your
practice
sticker
on it.
thing, put them
or
back.
gives you.
Okay, so as artist
and
fartist
then-
tribal, that makes
Yeah,
ooh,
and then
Wizards
here's Wizards
of
of the blank.
So you gotta
I feel called out
when
here.
it
Costs 2
ETBs,
and 2 blue. It is a creature, human,
put a name sticker
wizard,
on it, then link the top
performer.
X cards of your
Again,
library,
feeling
where
more
X is the
called
number
out
of
here.
unique vowels
3/1.
on the
When this
sticker.
creature enters the battlefield, you may
Put
put
one
a
of those cards in
name
your hand, the
sticker
rest on
it,
the bottom.
Then look at the top X
Why?
cards of your
You
library.
got
where
why?
X
Come
is the
on now.
number of
Come on
unique
now. Why is not
vowels
a
on that
why is
sticker.
not a real
Put
vowel?
one of those cards into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So yeah, Mark.
So this
where
comes
does
down.
this fit into the
You
sticker
put bamboozle
schema
on
in the
it
set?
or whatever.
Okay, so this is part of a common cycle. It's one in each color. They have a blank in their name. The blank isn't anything until you put something there.
Wizards of the
Obviously, Wizards of the Blank is having a little fun with Wizards of the Coast.
This is legal.
So the way it works
Vintage,
is whatever stickers
legacy,
you use, remember,
etc.
the way stickers work is you do not draft stickers. When you open up your booster pack in the draft, you keep the stickers you open. So you will have 3 sticker sheets. In Constructed, you bring 10 unique sticker sheets and randomly pick 3 at the beginning of each game.
No,
So
all
during
the
the
I
game,
believe
any game
all
you
the
play,
sticker
you have
cards
3
are
sticker
legal.
sheets. So that means you'll have 9
We have the
names, so
technology
you have
for
3
that. They
names per sticker
clarified. We
sheet.
have the technology.
So when I play Wizards of the Coast, I can pick any name that I have, and it cares about.
I
how
wonder if
many
they're going to put them
unique
on
vowels are in it.
Moto.
So it doesn't matter.
That's going
how
to
many
determine
A's,
if they're good
A only counts once.
in Pauper.
But it's looking like, do you have an A?
I
do
could
you
see
have
that
an
being
E, do you have
Pauper
an I,
playable,
do you have an O,
though.
do you have a U, and you have a
4
Y.
mana,
There is
3/1.
one name sticker that has all 6. I think
Okay.
there's one more
ETB,
that
like,
has 5 of the
anticipate?
6, and there's a couple 4s. A lot of 3s and some 2s. But the idea essentially is this particular card cares about name stickers about vowels. Other things will care about different
you know what we
qualities of name
need?
stickers. So
We need, like,
different names will care in different ways.
We need like the Cards Against Humanity version of sticker cards, like the like the adult version. What is the most most offensive name you can make out of Wizards of the Blank? Please don't actually say that in chat.
Notice at the bottom, there's no acorn on this card. This is an eternal card. So if you play this in an eternal format, basically, you'll have
guy on the left doesn't want to do this. Yeah, Blake always kind of looks like that. Honestly,
are you looking for one card?
This is actually very. This is comfortable, Blake. This is comfortable.
And like I said,
if you want to see uncomfortable Blake, go watch the Arena Econ stream.
There's only one that has 6 on it, so even if that's one of your 10, there's only
but please do not actually fill in the blank of that.
But anyway, yeah. So stickers are something that you can play in eternal formats. Not all the stickers are playable in eternal formats, but a lot of them are like this one.
And let's talk about the stickers again for a second. Just physically, when you put this on a card,
Wizards of
does it come off? Is my card stickered forever? How does that
work? A lot
of
it don't make sense though. Like
so,
Wizards
we
of the Phyrexian, Wizards of the Midway, I guess Wizards of the Guacamole,
Wizards of the
Guacamole.
And then if for some reason it comes off, so if stickers ever leave a public zone, meaning if they go to your hand or the library, you take off the sticker and put it back on your
Was Blake rolling his eyes? It kind of looked like Blake was like
you can stick them many times. So they will come off your card without harming it.
Do you think Blake's like a very spiky player who just hates this set and this is torture for him? Mero's just like so hyped and Blake's just like, come on, stickers. Like, come on, Mark.
3 sticker sheets. Let's say you play a game that goes forever, tons of permanents, tons of stickers, and you run out of stickers.
This
if
is
something
for real.
tells you to sticker,
it's for
you're
real.
just not able
and
to
also
sticker anymore.
legal in Commander
you only
Vintage
have,
Legacy.
Like I said, there are 10 stickers per sheet, 3 names, 3 art, 2 abilities, and 2 power toughness, and you have 3 sticker sheets. So you have 30
Wizards
stickers.
of the Cards Against Humanity.
Okay, let's say you have an amazing game with lots of stickers. If you run out, you run out. More realistically, you might run out of a kind of sticker rather than run out of all the stickers. But if, for example, I've used all my name stickers, well, then I can't.
So are people going to play these cards?
Until something leaves, until something goes to the hand.
Do you think people are going to actually play these cards?
Do you have a favorite sticker?
One of my favorite stories is I was playing Chris Mooney, who was like my right-hand person on this.
So the way this works is you get 10 sticker sheets in your sideboard, and then before the game starts, or the match starts, I'd have to clarify game or match, but then you get 3 of those at random. So you're not going to be able to control. It's not like you can take the best sticker and have access to it every game. You get to choose the 10 best, but then you get 3 of them at random. They say that they're reusable. We'll have to see how well they actually work in practice.
Other than power and
but
toughness,
they are
no
not in your actual sideboard, a sticker board. So now you have a sticker board and a dungeon board and an actual sideboard and a companion.
Not 96 power toughness combinations. But anyway, one of the really cool things about stickers is the games are very, very different. And that one of the things we like in unsets is we like high variance. We like games to play out very differently. And that's one of the things that stickers do is when you play from game to game or match to match or just different play session to play session, they're just very different. Stickers can allow crazy things to happen like, I
don't know why Blake's face is cracking me up.
There's no card that actually has poison on it, So that's kind of wacky things that can happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's
Mark just gets hyped.
Let's move on to talk about the second new mechanic in the set, which also has some wacky things going on for it.
Oh boy.
So the next mechanic, and we've hinted at it, but we've not come out. This is completely new. So it's called Attraction.
We showed the frame at San Diego Comic-Con.
We showed the frame, yes, but we haven't showed the actual card of the mechanic. So the next mechanic are called Attractions. So let's throw the first one up there. I'm going to read this. It's not going to make a ton of sense until Mark explains it. But this attraction is an artifact, and it's called Centrifuge.
Whoa!
And it says, visit. Each player draws a card from the library of the player to their right. You create 3 treasure tokens, and then there's some numbers highlighted on the right.
So you're stealing...
Mark, what the heck
You're putting your opponent's cards into your hand?
Okay, well, you'll notice for starters there's no mana cost, and there's these weird numbers on the side. So attractions are a second deck. So
they've never done that before, right?
From Unstable.
Intentionally, because it would be easy to accidentally steal cards.
And I like to consider the second deck kind of like double-face cards, which is it's a really cool tool, and there's a lot of different kinds of things you can do with it. So Attractions is using a second deck in a different way than how Contraptions used it. So Contraptions, you would build something over time, and you knew exactly what would happen when. So the way Attractions work is you'll have cards that open an attraction, when that happens, you draw off your attraction deck. It's a separate deck. It has a different back. And then you put them into play on the battlefield. They are artifacts. And then at the beginning of your first main phase, the same time that sagas happen, you will roll a 6-sided die. And then if you roll a number that's lit up, for example, this centrifuge has a 3 lit up and a 6 lit up, then you get to visit that attraction. So basically what happens is you have these attractions, and the attractions represent rides in the park, games in the park, stands in the park where you can get things. And
that is the most convoluted mechanic that I have ever heard.
You never visit anything
so you have a
on
second deck, you play something that gives you the card, then you roll a die, and then if you roll the right number,
roll 1, you'll visit nothing.
It does
and
have,
you roll 2 through 5, it'll vary turn for turn what exactly you get to do. And here's the other
it's
cool
very
thing.
convoluted. It does feel like a carnival attraction or
it,
game though,
depending on various factors. For example, there's 2 centrifuges, so even if you have a centrifuge, it might,
I thought it was
might
too
work on
complicated
different numbers
before
depending on
this.
which one you open. And you'll also notice that each one is unique. That give unique flavor text.
It's even more complicated.
And
you need a second deck. You play a card that gets it. You roll a dice to see what number, but the cards are not actually the same.
The majority of them are actually eternal, but there are
I'm glad
some
these are.
Acorn attractions.
Yeah,
The
it does
reason
sound
this is
fun
an
to
Acorn
play with
attraction is you're drawing off
for
your
limited
opponent's
for
library
sure.
And putting
And
their cards
really,
in your hand. That is an Acorn thing. We do not do that in normal Eternal Magic.
when it comes to cards that are Acorn, they can do whatever they want, and I'm fine with it. It's very convoluted, but they're not legal to play competitively.
Throw
so.
a card you own from outside the game onto the playing area from a distance of 3 feet, about 1 meter. I love the conversion there.
Okay, yeah.
If that card touches dart throw, claim the prize. And the prize is create 2 2/2 pink teddy bear creature tokens, sacrifice dart throw, then open an attraction. And this one, so the last one we saw had 2 versions. This one has
these cards.
4.
Oh my god.
Yeah, basically a lot of the reasons has to do with where
the sound. The sound you hear is Richard having a heart attack, trying to figure out how to get all these versions onto the site. Same with Scryfall. Anyone else who makes magic websites. Oh my god, this is gonna be all the same set number too, but they're all different. I don't. How do we list these? How do we even get them on the site?
Get to go to the dart throw. Now, dart throw is what we call a game. And what that means is you're playing a game, and if you win, you get a prize. And if you win the prize, not only do you get the prize,
I kind of like the design. I kind of like the design. It's like ridiculous. I do want to point out when we say a card from outside the game, we do mean a magic card from outside the game. You can't go get other cards. So there's a bunch of cards in the set that care about going to get a card outside the game. We mean a magic. I like the flavor of it. I like the flavor of it. It does feel exactly like those like rip-off. Like I won a goldfish once by throwing a ping pong ball into a little fish tank. It lived for like 2 days or something because it was a very sick carnival goldfish. But it does remind me of that. It's like it is a pretty flavorful design of that.
Mark, we had some interesting characters work on the flavor text in this set. Is that correct?
Why is all
that
this?
That is correct. Yes.
Why is it all capitalized? Why so much yelling?
We went to Loading Ready Run and had a couple members of Loading Ready Run help us and.
Today's Fortune. You'll regret spending your money on this Fortune.
Writers to write. I mean, this set is a comedic set. Unsets are funny. And so, Ari ran the whole process.
Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super thank you. Oh, there's not an Acorn. You're right.
To sit, in a room virtually, but to work with other comedians.
Attractions aren't legal, right?
The names are very funny.
The other ones had acorns though, didn't they?
I got a lot of puns in, so I was very happy about that.
No.
And you can see here, Fortune Teller has 6 different versions, and there are 6 different pieces of flavor text from 6 different versions. They're all fortunes. One of the little shticks is the robots always talk in all caps. We saw that in Robo Pinata. So the Fortune Teller. Oh, I can point out something else here. You see Jace, the fortune teller is Jace.
It's are these actually legal? There's no way.
This magic motif. And so you'll
Today's
see a lot
fortune.
of
You regret spending your money on this fortune.
Like the
Today's fortune. To avoid certain due, make sure to insert additional tokens to continue.
Let's look at
today's
the
fortune.
last attraction
you have a chance
we
to
have
encounter.
To show off today, which is the haunted house. How can you go to a theme park without a haunted house?
Whoa!
This one's visit returns.
That is clearly not an Acorn.
Creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield.
This is
It gains haste.
I gotta know how this mechanic
at
works.
The beginning of your next end step. This one's rare, and it has 2 versions.
Wait, so we need to know how this works for...
Yeah, so the other thing I want to point out is
For
when you're
Legacy?
drafting, in your booster pack, there are 2 slots for attractions.
Huh.
So
Okay.
every booster pack will have 2 attractions. And the
Okay.
way it works is
Return target
you're most
creature card
likely
from
to
your
get a common
graveyard
in
to
the
the
slot,
battlefield.
but
The
you
game
can get
takes
an
X at the
uncommon,
beginning of
and
your
you
next
can
end
get a
step.
rare. There's just 3 rarities for the attractions themselves. Oh, by the way, you'll notice the
I'm a little less on board that these are black border.
And
I
the
was...
dart throw is not because it involved dexterity. The cool thing about the attractions is because you open 2 per pack, and every slot can have a rare one in it. You can get a lot of different variety. There's, I think, off the top of my head, I think there's 45 different attractions if I remember correctly. So there's common attractions.
I'm a little bit less on board now that I know these are black border. As an unset thing, I was kind of cool with it because I like the flavor, but
there's a lot of fun stuff that you can
I don't know if I want. Well, hopefully
And
they're
I'll
just not
point
good
this out,
enough
I'm
to
sure
see play.
Some of the folks have already noticed this, but the different versions all have the same collector number. So we did this gimmick kind of with previous
thanks.
unsets and art
Yes,
versions
yes.
and abilities in the
guys.
past, and this has the same gimmick where essentially the number is the only thing that's different, correct?
Have we
Yes,
seen
the
cards
only
that
thing
open
that's different
attractions
between them
yet?
is the flavor text is different.
No.
The flavor
and
text,
what
yeah.
number that you visit it is different. But the cards do the exact
Interesting.
same mechanical
So
thing.
what do you think about that
sorry.
mechanic being
That's
black
mostly
border?
true. There are 3 games in which there are different variants of the games. So we haven't introduced one of those today, but there are some games that will give you things to use for the game, and some of those will vary from version to version. So there are a few.
Yeah, this is a new unset. But it's not really an unset because part of it's actually legal.
Makes
So
sense.
it's like half
All right, well,
unset,
we showed you some
half
attractions.
black border
Of course,
set.
we have to show you some cards that work
Yeah.
with attractions,
Come on.
let you visit
Let's
attractions.
see what we got.
So
How
let's
do you
check
see
out
it go to an
Lifetime
attraction?
Pass Holder.
Oh my god.
It is
1 mana,
a
1/1.
single black mana
Enters the
for
battlefield tap.
creature
When it dies, open it.
zombie guest. It is a 2/1. Lifetime Pass Holder enters the
That's
battlefield
a-
tapped. When Lifetime Pass
that's a
Holder
playable
dies,
card. That's a
open an
playable card.
attraction, and whenever
That's a
you
playable card.
roll to visit your attractions, if you roll a 6, you may return Lifetime Pass Holder from your
that's-
graveyard to the
Yes.
battlefield.
So you can build an actual deck
Is
around
this
this.
typical of how attractions
Like I
work
was
with creatures?
expecting.
Yeah. So basically, what will happen is usually
I was expecting like 6 mana 2/2s or something that like make them really not competitively costed. 1 mana 2/1. ETB's tapped is a downside. When it dies, you get to go into attraction, which maybe lets you reanimate creatures or do that stuff. And when you roll to visit your attraction, if you roll a 6, you get to return to your graveyard to your battlefield. That's like, it's a bad grave crawler, but if the attraction, it's close
And this
enough
card
to
points out a
being
couple
good
things.
that
One
you
of
can
the
actually
things,
build
the set has a theme of
an
die
attraction
rolling in it,
deck.
and
So attractions
whenever you
can
have
be a
attraction
thing. I'm not saying it's going
as
to break
long as you have
Legacy
one
or something. That's
attraction, you
a
get to
very
roll
powerful
die once
format,
a turn.
but
And so there's a lot of cards
But
that
that's
care about
actually,
die
like,
rolling,
literally
so they
not a
blend
bad
really
card.
nicely with attraction. So if you're playing a die matters theme, usually you want
attraction
in your deck,
stickers,
because
they're
attractions
shaking up
guarantee you roll
Legacy.
die.
They're shaking it up. The technology's here.
The next preview
I'm
we have
shocked.
that works
That's,
with
like,
attractions
legit.
is called Goblin Blastronauts.
Blaster
It
nuts.
is 3 and 2 red for
Okay,
a
5
Goblin
mana,
employee.
5/4.
When
ETB's open
Goblin
attraction. When you
Blastronauts
roll a
enters the
6,
battlefield,
you may
open an
copy this
attraction.
spell,
Whenever you roll a
ability,
6,
or
you may
attraction
copy the
visit.
spell,
They cause you to
ability,
roll
or
the
attraction
die.
visit that caused you to roll
Oh, that's
that die.
Acorn, though.
You may choose new targets for the copy, and it is a 5/4.
How do they...
Tell us about this card, Mark.
Okay, little rant. Why is this Acorn and the last card not? Like, what makes this card the 5 mana 5/4? Why is this one not allowed? And the 1 mana 2/1 Gravecrawler is allowed. So Acorn cards are traditional silver border cards. They are not legal to be played in any format, although you can rule 0 them in to your commander game if the people you're playing would let you, but they're not legal Magic cards. The ones without an Acorn, those are legal Magic cards. Commander, Legacy, Vintage, etc. Why is this one not legal though?
It was causing some weird corner case things that the actual rules couldn't handle, but Acorn rules can handle it, and it causes a lot
Weird
of
corner
fun,
case
wacky
things. So probably something
Now,
to
I
do with
also-
copying an
a cool
attraction
thing that I
visit or
noticed
something.
on this card and the last card are the creature types. So this is a Goblin Employee. The last one is a
Employee is
zombie
a
guest.
unique creature type.
What were you trying to do with the creature types in this set?
I would like to see...
Well, one of the things is
I
we're
would like
trying
to see
capture
black
the
bordered
flavor of our
unsets.
world. And so
I
there's a
think
bunch of
Wizards would
creature
have
types
to
introduced in the set.
be
You'll see
careful,
guest,
but I would
you'll
rather see unsets go all black
performer,
border at this
you'll see
point.
employee, you'll see alien.
Yeah,
you'll
5
see
mana,
robot,
the
and
1-drop
stuff
is much more
here.
playable.
So there's a lot of cool things we're doing. A clown shows
Wow.
up.
Wow, are we
They
really
want
going to have
everyone to capture
attractions
the
be a
world,
thing?
And that creature types are a way to sort of do that. And so, and a lot of the, not all of
It
them,
might
but a lot
be
of the creatures
playable.
we're introducing,
It
they're cards
might
that
actually be
care about
playable.
them. There's a card that cares about guests. There's a card that cares about performers. There's a bunch of cards that care about robots. We'll get to that in a second.
I'm surprised.
So,
I'm like
it's
literally
just something
surprised.
new to add some flavor, and we mechanically made it relevant.
Okay. Well, let's talk about robots because that is
it was a
sub-theme of the
guest.
set
Ooh,
and our
robots.
next preview card, as it would so happen.
Acorn or no?
So our next
Acorn or
card
no?
is called Omni
Acorn.
Clown
Okay.
Colossus.
10
It is
mana,
terrifying.
7/7 adventure.
It is 8
pie
and 2 red mana for an
Proclasm.
artifact creature clown robot.
Deals-
It's a 7/7. It has an adventure called Pyroclasm.
Feels
Great
pie
for 3
damage,
and 2 red
she's
sorcery
creature, affinity
adventure.
for clouds trample.
Pyroclasm deals pi damage to each non-clown creature.
So this
I like
one's
the
not
reminder
legal. This
text.
one's not
Autotext pi
legal.
isn't important. It's a smidgen wizardry.
I
It has
do
affinity
like
for
the horrible
clowns,
joke though.
And it has trample.
Affinity
All right,
for
clown
crowns and
robot, Mark, what's going on here?
pyroclasm.
Okay, so as I explained before, we were trying to do a fun take
so
on
good.
clowns. We were trying to keep them from being creepy because that clowns have got a little creepy in pop culture of today.
I
So
mean,
we
that
decided to make them all
clown's
robots.
pretty
They're
creepy
very fun,
still.
They're colorful, they're very bright. And once we had all these robots, we're like, you know what? It'd be very fun to care about
How would that work with
robots.
lifelink?
The red-white draft archetype is actually robots matter.
It's a good question.
This is the one clown
I guess you gotta
veteran
math it
card,
out.
But all but 3 robots are clowns. So caring about clowns and caring about robots.
Do I as a
overlaps
player count as
mostly.
a clown for cause?
But anyway, there's a robot.
That's a good rules
if you
question.
want
We're gonna have to
draft red-white,
ask
you can draft
Tabig
robot
that
matter.
one.
That is the draft scheme for red-white. And robots are a lot of fun, and they get to do a lot of cool things.
Okay, that's a
this
funny
particular
unset
we
card.
had done a
That's a
card
funny
unstable,
unset card. I like
called
it.
Just Desserts that did pie damage to a creature and
I'm
showed a
glad that
goblin
it's-
in clown makeup throwing a pie.
I'm glad that
And
it's
we're like,
Acorn,
okay,
but
we're doing clowns. We got to revisit pie. So
I mean, this
we came up
card's
with
not very
Pyroclasm.
good, right? So it's
Originally, it
a
was its own
5 mana
spell,
anger the
and then we
gods,
realized it
and then
worked really well in this
I mean,
card.
I guess if you have a ton
and
of
you'll note, by the way, this
clowns,
is an
it's
adventure.
good, but
one of the things we can
it
do
doesn't
in
seem very
supplemental decks is
powerful.
we can do one-ofs. This is the only adventure in the set, but it just made a lot of fun as an adventure.
Yeah,
like we
does
showed
anyone
Saga
really
earlier,
control
we did a
themselves?
Saga.
Free
There's
is
definitely
free
lots of
will.
teasing
Do we have
little
free will?
things,
Is free will a myth?
that are really fun. And
We
this
have to
is
get
kind of like the
philosophical
king
to
of the
determine if we
clowns.
actually
So if you get
do we actually
Colossus,
count as
in
clowns?
your
Do we
first
control
pack,
ourselves?
Go clowns. Go robots.
Well, and if you're looking at the red-white clown archetype, I think you can do much worse than this next card as well.
Surprise Party.
It's an enchantment.
3 mana.
With a bunch of robots.
When it enters the battlefield, yell
jumping out of the pie.
surprise and put
When
onto the
Surprise Party
battlefield
enters
any
the
number
battlefield,
of
yell,
printed
"Surprise!"
clown robot tokens.
And put onto the battlefield any number of
Each
printed
other.
clown robot tokens that aren't
Then you
touching
hide
each other. That you
on the
hid
battlefield.
on the battlefield before you cast Surprise
Wait.
Party, and that weren't.
When Surprise Party enters the battlefield, yell surprise and then put onto the battlefield any number of printed clown robot tokens that aren't touching each other that you hid on the battlefield before you cast Surprise Party and that weren't spotted by an opponent before you cast Surprise Party. So the idea of this card is you're throughout the game you're trying to cheat
like printed clown tokens like we make.
cloud
There are 2
tokens
clown
onto the
tokens that we
battlefield.
made for the set.
Okay.
And then when you play this, you get all of them?
But anyway, this card.
Can you hide him in a
every
card
set
sleeve?
we
I
did
mean, I
one
assume
kind
so.
of, can you sneak a card in?
It's an
Cheating based on
unset.
the
You get to
first
make your
one.
own rules.
Scare last time in Unstable. So this is this set. It's actually
I wonder
rare,
if
so
does
it'll
sets
show
like
up a
this
lot less.
unintentionally teach
One of
people
the
how to
notes we got
cheat better
is
at Magic?
People enjoyed it, but they enjoyed it a little bit less. So we put this at rare.
You have
and
to
then,
use
anyway, this
real
shows
tokens
example
too.
that they're just things that are built on your robots.
No
You want to build them on
Infinity
robot deck.
tokens.
Get your giant clown.
scraps
get
of
your robot
paper.
cards, and you can build a really fun
Cheaty
robot deck.
phase,
So I'm very
red,
excited
white
that,
clown tribal.
I'm a big fan of
Magic
robots, so
in 2022,
I'm happy that
ladies and
we managed to
gentlemen.
make an archetype built around something a little new for people.
Very cool. Well, there's another sub theme that.
Okay.
Sure, why not? It's hats matter. So our next preview card is
This
called
is-
Hat Trick, which is just the most
Hat Trick.
obvious and yet genius name.
Target
So it's
blocking
one in a
or
white,
block creature gets
instant.
+1/+0 against
Target
first strike
blocking
until end
or
of turn. If
blocked
it has a
creature you control
hat,
gets
it gains
+1/+1
double strike
against
until end of
first
turn.
strike until end of
If you
turn.
and that
If
creature
it has
each have a hat, that
it
creature
gains
gains
double strike
triple
until end of
strike.
turn. If you and that creature
This-
each have a hat, the creature gains.
I swear to God that Wizards, with sets like this is like custom card Reddit from 5 years ago. Do you remember like the Ladies Looking Left commander deck or Hat Tribal commander deck? These are like Reddit posts that got a lot of upvotes a few years ago. Now are supported themes in the set, I think.
Is
What's the best Hat Tribal commander? What's the best legend with a hat? Is there a way to look this up? I got to go to
26 sticker
Scribefall.
sheets.
There's gotta be
I
a
think
way.
20
There's
of
got to
them-
be a way to look for
I'm
hats.
estimating here, but about 20 of them have a hat sticker on it. So if your creature doesn't naturally have a hat, you can go give it a
Lore
hat. by
Finder?
stickering it
Is
with
that
a hat.
correct?
And a lot of the cards in the
No.
set naturally have hats.
There's
And
a way
so
to-
it's
how do I
just-
do
it's something
this?
to care about that's really different. Like one of the things
Oh,
the unsets
art-
pride
wait.
themselves on is just making you care about things that you're not used to caring about in Magic.
Up here?
And so, okay, if I'm drafting black and white, I actually have to look at the cards and
Oh,
go, oh,
Tagger.
does this creature have a hat? And if it doesn't,
Lore
I can
Founder,
sticker it.
flavor
So there's ways
text.
to- I can play some non-hat cards in my hat deck. But it just makes you care about a completely different thing. And once again, it's making you care about art. Caring about art is not something you get to do in normal Magic. But in Unmagic, it is something you get to do.
Okay. Art hat.
All right, next
These
up
aren't cards with hats
is
though.
a card called Rockstar.
We'll have to work
which
on
is,
that.
another sub-theme outside
Somebody
game
once
systems,
told
which
me
is
the world.
Mark will talk about in a second.
5
Rockstar
mana,
is
4
4 and a
5.
red for a creature,
Elemental Performer
elemental
reach. When it enters the
performer.
battlefield, may
It
discard
is
a card. If you do
4/5
reveal top 5
with
cards of your
reach.
library,
When
ask a person
Rockstar
outside the
enters
game to
battlefield, you
choose
may
which
discard
of
a
them is
card.
most like
if you do
rock
reveal the
band.
top 5 cards of your library,
Put that card in your hand, the
ask
rest in the
a
bottom.
person outside the game
That's a
to
good-
choose
that's a
which
good
of them is
question.
most like a rock band.
Which Magic
Put
card
that
is most like a
into
rock
your hand
band?
and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So, Mark, we've seen some outside assistance cards in previous unsets before, right?
Born to
Yeah.
and of.
So Unstable
rock.
introduced the idea of outside assistance. What that means is you involve a person that's not in your game, and you
Yeah,
make them-
what if you don't have anyone else around? You gotta like go out in the street and find someone.
This time we decided to sort of expand a little bit.
So
As
these are
Rockstar
all Acorn
demonstrates,
cards. These are all
now you
Acorn
make-
cards that
make
we've
a
seen recently.
subjective call about
Send
something,
triple- so how
like
do we
what
actually
sounds
find
like a
hat
rock band.
commanders?
And there's just a lot of
I
cool
feel like I'm
moments
doing
where you
this
sort of
wrong.
like,
I know there's a way to
see
search,
how
but I'm
people
not
think about
doing
things.
it.
It's a lot of fun. And
I'm not doing
I said
it
earlier how we have a
correctly.
lot of games built into the attractions.
Legendary
A lot of those games
creature.
use outside assistance, so you can try
Art
to get the outside
hat.
person to guess something. Since your opponent has an incentive maybe to not guess it correctly, the outside assistance person doesn't. And so there's a lot of fun games you get to play with other people. So we really took what was
I'm not
very
doing it
fun
right.
theme
How do you-
from Unstable, and we sort of built on it. We got
There's
a lot
a
of positive
way.
feedback.
There's
and
a
lot of
way.
How it was fun to involve other people. So
Are
there's,
uncards
a
banned
lot
in
of ways
EDH?
to involve people in cool and different ways. And that's
Yes. So uncards are banned in EDH. This set those a little bit different. If there's an acorn on the card, then it's not a real uncard. If it has the normal, so for example, Space Bellerin, you see the normal hollow there? That's a legal card. Legacy Vintage Commander. On the other hand, this red rare, the Lizard Performer, see the Acorn Hollow, that is illegal in Commander, unless you get people to rule zero it in. Nearby planet.
Layer, Locus, and all those
This
Urza's
card is
ones.
every land type.
Nearby planet enters the battlefield tapped.
Enters the battlefield
When nearby
tapped.
planet
When
enters
it
the
enters the
battlefield,
battlefield,
sacrifice it
oh.
unless you pay
So this
one.
is literally just every
so Mark,
land.
tell us about Rangeling.
Okay.
Yeah, so
okay.
we were trying to figure out a way to
A helmet's
get,
a hat,
common
right? It's
color
gotta
fixing
be.
in the set. I think Chris Mooney came up with this card.
Does it?
Anyways, somebody in the design team came up with this card.
It's
and it was
every
just a lot of
land
fun.
type. So this means this is
Basically, it's
Urza's
changing
Tower,
for
Power
land,
Plant,
that's why we
and
called it
Mines.
Rangeling.
It
And there's
can't
a lot of
be.
neat, weird, quirky things you can do with it. It
So you-
turned out to be
so
a
you think
little
this by
too
itself
efficient
taps
in
for
Legacy.
3
That's
mana?
why it's got an Acorn on it, in that it caused a little too much chaos. But Acorn sets love chaos, so there's
Wait.
a lot of really neat
No.
cool things you can do with this card. People have had a lot of
Oh.
changelings, so we said, okay, let's introduce Rangeling. So,
But it
it's a
wouldn't have the
Rangeling.
ability.
Like I said, I think people have a lot of fun.
So it
experimenting
would
with
turn
There's
on your
really
other
quirky
Tron
things you can do with it.
lands.
But yeah, there have been some more games
Interesting.
released recently.
I mean, that's a
Layers,
cool
I don't know if
card.
Those existed, but they do.
But it doesn't have the
Locust, you can
text,
obviously make
though.
a ton of mana. All the Urza's ones, yeah, you can do some wild stuff with this.
Yeah, there's
Love
some very
It doesn't-
quirky things you can do.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the
All right,
text
next
though,
up,
so it
another
wouldn't work,
theme of
right?
the
Does
set
it
that we haven't really
Tron land?
talked about
It would
yet,
support
we're
other
gonna
Tron
talk more in
lands,
depth
but
here and a
itself-
little bit later as well are
I don't know.
the
It doesn't have the
legendary
name.
characters. You may have noticed in some of the flavor text, including the flavor text on Nearby Planet.
Yeah,
there's some
more
named
posts would be
characters.
broken. This is never
And
going to be played
a lot of those
anywhere.
characters are
Why?
in this
Who would
set.
rule
One
zero
of
this
them,
in and enjoy it? Some people
Jermaine
will.
Pride of the Circus is green.
Like some
green
of these
for a
cards,
legendary
like this.
creature
Let's see
cat
what this card says.
performer. Has the ability
2 mana, 2/3. Legendary Cat Performer. Pay a green, tap it, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature with 4 or more legs. Pay 3, tap it, until end of turn, all creatures able to block target creature with 4 or more legs do so. Like, if someone wanted to build a commander deck around this, I would rule zero.
got another card that cares about
Like-
the art, but not hats.
I mean, that would be fine, right?
Yeah, so this card, hats from
Do
common
arms
and
count as
uncommon, hats
legs?
is the only thing that I think you care about.
I don't think
in
so.
art.
I don't think
But
it can
at
pump
rare,
itself.
you start
Those
having
are
some fun,
clearly
and so there's
clearly
other art matter
arms.
stuff at high rarities that's meant more.
Oh, do we
more
find
for
the
constructed or
hat
goofy-
search?
goofy
Did
limited
someone
things
do
you can
it?
do. This particular one
Oh.
cares about how many legs you have. So the rule for this one
This
is
might be better. Oh,
if the
that's
creature
definitely
in
a
the art
hat.
has 4 legs, or
Helmet.
it's clearly a creature
Agnes.
that's like it's a spider.
Yes.
Well, we know spiders
Agnes
have 8 legs,
McKenzie would
so
triple
if it's a creature,
strike.
even if you don't see all the legs, but you know it's the kind of creature that has 4 or
I
more
mean,
legs,
like,
you get a
I would let someone
and
play
we were
this.
also riffing a little bit. We thought it was fun that our lion tamer.
The only thing that's annoying about cards like this is like figuring out what counts as a leg. Like that's going to be the problem. The only hesitancy I would have for letting people play this is it's like, okay, what if we disagree? What if you say, oh, this has 4 legs, and I'm like, I don't think that's a leg, that's something else. Like, ugh. Yeah, do arms count as legs? Like, ugh. So that's kind of the challenge, I guess. I think I would still let someone rule zeroed in, though. Like, it's Commander. It's just a casual format. Like, what's the worst case? Like, it counters on something that technically they shouldn't because that didn't really count as a leg. Like, as long as people are having fun, I would be fine with it.
Does anything exist with 4 or more legs? It's the card being referenced, and clearly Jermaine.
What if your deck has
referencing
altered art?
The Leonin.
Oh, boy. Asking the real questions. I would assume that that wouldn't count. I would assume you wouldn't be able to play, because then couldn't you just like alter all your cards to have more legs? What if you just draw more legs on all your characters?
Drafting Unfinity works because it's a little bit different. So, Mark, why don't you take us through the
all right.
contents of an Unfinity
That might be all the
draft
spoilers.
Okay, so in an Infinity Draft Booster, here's what you will find. You will get 6 commons.
Okay.
You will get 3 uncommons. You will get 1 rare or mythic rare. You will then get 2 attractions. You will get 1 sticker sheet. And then you will get a full art land. And I know we're going to talk about the full art land in a moment.
Yeah.
But every pack will get 1 slot for full art land. It is possible, by the
Okay.
way, to get a
So,
foil card.
are any
in
of
your
you actually
pack,
going
and
to
that,
buy
if you get a
this
foil card,
set?
it's 1 extra.
I'm so curious.
I think it replaces an uncommon.
Like, is this a set you're going to
but
buy
for
a
example,
box of?
It is possible
Singles?
to get a rare in your rare mythic slot. To get
Draft
a foil
sounds
that's a
super
rare
fun.
mythic,
Like, drafting will be
to
super unique.
get
Maybe I'll get a
rares
chance
in
to do a
both
draft
of your
in
attraction slots. And
when
your
we're in
land
Vegas.
slot, you could get Shocklands. We'll talk about it in a second. But so like there's a
Those
lot
were
of variance to
mostly
what's
all
happening in one booster.
acorns.
Yep. And if you're interested in, Mark talked about the variants that can happen.
We'll
If you're
look at
interested
all the cards in a minute.
Specific details and a breakdown on exactly what's in a draft booster, head to dailymtg.com, and the article there will tell you everything you need to know about draft and collector boosters, which we will talk about in a second as well. So there are several unique slots
Collector.
in the draft booster. You talked about you don't draft a sticker sheet, so
Who would spend collector booster money on an unset? Like, seriously, it's gotta be like guaranteed Shockland in every pack or something. It's gotta be. I'm curious how they do it because it seems so hard. It seems so hard to spend like $30 a pack on an unset.
You do draft all.
Really, the stream has convinced you not to
If you want to play
draft.
attractions, you have to.
Why does it convince you not to draft?
So in order to play
I
attractions,
feel like this stream to me,
you have to
it
have
has
at least
convinced me
3
that draft
cards in
would
your
probably be
attraction deck.
ridiculously
So if you want to
fun.
play limited
But it makes me a
attractions,
little bit
you have to
nervous
draft at
about
least
what
3
is and
cards.
isn't going to be
Note,
legal
there are 2
in
cards per
other
booster,
formats.
and you get 3 boosters.
Like that
There's
one
a lot of
drop
opportunity to
zombie
do
that
but you must
lets
at least
you
3.
start playing the
In constructed,
games and
it's 10. And it's,
that card kind of
it's
scares me.
singleton in constructed. So you must have at least 10
The only problem
different
I have
ones.
with
In limited, it doesn't matter. You can have duplicates.
the only issue I have with the shock lands is I really want old border shock lands, and you know that they're gonna do it. It's gonna happen. So I'm afraid what's gonna happen is we're gonna get these like outer space shock lands, and I would want to use them because they look awesome. But I know that old border is like S tier for me, and those are the ones I want the most. So I don't think I'm gonna buy the shock lands for my commander decks because a year from now or 6 months from now we're gonna get old border ones.
We have a fancy little graphic here. Has a couple
Collector
special things
booster.
about it. Several special things. These are collector boosters. These are super
Card
cool.
from the
So,
list.
First of
Planetary.
all, collector
So
boosters
there's a
are
land slot.
entirely foil. Every
All
card
foil.
in a collector booster in Unfinity
Yeah. Oh
is
wow, this
foil
galaxy
in
foil looks
some way. There
spicy.
are two types of foils in this
So
set.
double-sided
There's traditional
token,
foil,
4
and
commons,
there is
2
galaxy
uncommons,
foil.
an
Now,
attraction,
Mark,
a
what's
rare
going on with the
mythic.
galaxy foiling?
So basically, what happens is we're doing a lot
I
of
think the
experimentation
value is
with
going to be the
different kind of foiling.
list.
So
The list
there's
and the
one
land
foil
slot.
that's known as a
Being
galaxy
able
foil
to
'cause it
get
literally looks like
galaxy
stars. That's why it's called galaxy
foil
foil.
list
Yeah, like, when
cards
we're doing
is
a space
probably
set,
going to.
that seems like an awesome, like a
That's
cool
probably going to be the
opportunity
selling
to really
point
take a foil
because those
that
are going to be
blends in
super
with the theme
scarce,
of the
right?
set. And
Like
so we
the
decided that in
galaxy
the
foil
collector
version
booster,
of some
we're gonna
expensive
offer
list
galaxy
card.
foil. And
There's
they
not going to
look-
be many
like, my
copies. They're
favorite
going to
thing
be.
is,
I bet they're going to be super
some
expensive.
of the basic lands are in space, and they look really, really cool with the galaxy foil. And there's a lot of
I think Old Border is a good bet for Dominaria
to the
Remastered.
galaxy foil. So it's something like it's just a very different look, and so it's very shiny. It has a lot
I
of
like the
colors to
galaxy
it.
foil,
It just
from
pops
what
a
we can
little more
tell
than
so
normal
far.
foils do, just because there's more, as you can see on the screen. There's just more component pieces there for you to sort of see.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wait, did they
Yep,
say?
and on the screen there, you can also see
Oh.
the breakdown
Oh,
of
yeah, that makes
all
it
the
less
different
exciting.
slots in a collector booster. Again, if you want to dive even further into the details, head to daily.
So galaxy foil, traditional, yeah, okay.
About
So the list
that.
cards are only
Next
normal
up,
foil.
we have the planetary lands. So let's look at these basic lands. So these are full art lands, and Mark, why
The
are we
foiling
calling
does
them
look
planetary
sweet.
lands?
Okay, so these are all they take.
I
place
mean,
on alien
traditionally
planets,
these are the
from the
value
ground on an alien
of an
planet. So these
unset.
are all cool basic lands, but showing alien.
That foiling, the
alien
foiling
worlds
is pretty
in a way
stunning,
that normal
actually.
basic lands wouldn't show. And in fact, because
That looks
we're in a space
amazing.
set, we've deemed these
Like
basic
I've become
lands basic
desensitized to
lands.
special lands because we get so many of them.
and
But those
I
the
love
foils
that
look
Unfinity
so
always really
incredibly good.
brings the heat, or not Unfinity, unsets always bring the heat.
Yeah, that is the
with
reason people
the
care about
full art
unsets
basic
traditionally.
lands. These have
These
gorgeous
ones are
art by
kind of
Adam
fine.
Paquette.
The
But
foils
these are not the
awesome.
only full art
These
basic
ones,
lands in the
eh.
set. There are also orbital lands. Mark,
Eh.
what's the story here?
I mean,
So
the
these
normal
are
ones
set
are
in
fine. The
space. So the
foils, I think, look
planetary are on
amazing.
alien planets from the ground.
Looks like
These
Pokemon
are
foil.
in-
Oh, I can
are
kind of see that.
outside
It does a
of
little bit,
space.
doesn't it?
So you get sort of basic lands in space. And I want to stress that both the planetary and the orbital, there's no border.
I wonder if the
They
lands
go-
will be
the art goes all the way to
valuable
the
enough
end,
to make
something
it
that
worth
we did for the very
worth
first time
opening.
in Unstable, and it's back here in Unfinity.
The forest, yeah, the forest one
Yeah.
looks good.
And
This looks like a
so,
blood moon.
Yeah, these are definitely in collector
The
boosters,
mountain
as we showed
definitely
before,
looks
but they
like
are
a blood
also
moon
in
art.
draft boosters. So to give you a sense, the planetary basics, so the ones
I
that
kind of
are
like the
from
planes
ground
too.
up, those are in approximately 70% of draft boosters. The orbitals,
Okay.
the ones that are from outer space, those are in about 25% of draft boosters. That delta between those two, occasionally, in about 1 in every 24 draft boosters, it'll be replaced by a non-foil shock land. So the shock lands, we've shown off before, but if you haven't
I
seen them,
mean,
here they are.
The
in
shock
all
lands look
their
good.
glory.
They do look good.
Mark,
Stomping
you were
Grounds is
telling me
probably
before
the
show,
best. I really like the
had a
Stomping
favorite out of these.
Grounds. The
My
breeding
favorite's
pool is
the
also
Howler's Fountain. I
sweet.
really, really like the Howler's
I guess
Fountain.
actually they all look pretty good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Godless Shrine.
But,
And it sounded
they're
like
not
you were
old
about
border,
to share
though.
something about these.
Oh, so I mean,
So-
one of the things that happen is normally in Magic, like when
So essentially you're gonna get like 1.3 shock lands per box. 36 packs, 1 in every 24 packs, you get a shock land. So it looks like the average box will be a shock land, which is actually pretty bad. If you think about a normal set, like Return to Ravnica that had shock lands, I think the average of getting a land is like 4 per box, four or 5 per box on average, somewhere in that range. So these are going to be way scarcer than a normal card in the set.
Wrong. So first of all, the traditional foil shock lands are box toppers in every display. So both draft booster and collector booster, you will get a box topper.
Okay, that helps. So you're getting a foil
land
shock for buying a box. So that's a guarantee.
In collector boosters, you have a 1 in 20 chance, approximately, again, of a traditional foil shock land. And again, approximately a 1 in 20 chance of a galaxy foil Shockland. So that's that.
The Galaxy foils are going to be, they're going to be so expensive.
And then, as I said earlier, you can get a non-foil Shockland.
So that's how they're trying to sell the collector boosters. It sounds like the only place you can get a Galaxy foil Shockland, although it's going to take 20. Oh, those are going to be so expensive. Galaxy foil Shocklands, I'm expecting like over $100 for sure.
The Legends. So this is where Germain comes back into the picture. So let's show off the Booster Fun version of Germain.
The Booster Fun looks, I like the showcase version. It's pretty cartoon. It looks like a Disney cartoon almost, but it looks pretty good. Is the stream dying? Yes. Did it just did they just cut off in the middle of the stream? Wait. What happened, Watsy? Technology. Well, I guess that's the end of the Watsy stream. Are they streaming on YouTube? Are you okay, Marrow? Let me see. Is it streaming on YouTube too?
We just hit 100 million.
That's Mr. Beast. That's not it.
We just hit 100 million subscribers from the bottom.
Why does Magic go to Magic the Gathering? It doesn't seem like it's streaming on YouTube. Well, I mean, I guess that's the stream. All right. Well, so what did we learn? We got some of the spoilers. Let's look back on these cards. We'll keep this up in case it comes back. We'll turn the volume up. Maybe they come back. They were getting near the end anyway. So what do we learn about these cards in this set? And I gotta say, my mind is a little bit blown. I'm curious what you all think. So stickers, of course, we knew about. I honestly think this sticker thing is overblown. I think this sticker thing is not going to be that big of a deal. Yes, we do have the sticker technology. We did definitely learn that. I'm mentioning the new Son half card in Arakadrabic. Oh yeah, the Son half card, sweet. King of Sharks, welcome to the Fishbowl. Yeah, their stream crashed. It hasn't come back up yet. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup to your view. So stickers, I think the concern is probably overblown. Yeah, maybe they're like playable in Pauper or something, but nothing we've seen so far suggests black border stickers being a thing. Someone will play them in their commander decks, and I think that's perfectly fine. The one I'm a little bit more scared about now is the attraction thing, which I'm gonna have to wrap my head around more of exactly how this works. Yeah, the Watsy stream is dead. We're waiting to see if it comes back, but it hasn't so far. I don't know what happened. Technology. Shadow X into Ready Spaghetti. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big subscription for you. Thank you. So let me see if I understand this mechanic right. So we have these attractions. So you play Lifetime Pass Holder. When it dies, you're going to draw you're going to have another deck that has attractions in it. You're going to draw an attraction from the deck, and then at the beginning of your upkeep, you're going to do what the attraction says, and if you roll the proper number, then you get the prize from the attraction. Is that how that actually works? Am I understanding that properly? Is that correct? Oh, we got a new donation. But Gary, $20 donation. Thank you so much. Do you think it's too much of a feel bad to ask your EDH playgroup if they're okay with not playing Universes Beyond cards? I've been going back and forth because EDH is so much about self-expression, but what if your deck breaks someone else's immersion? I mean, it's your playgroup, and within your playgroup, I think you know the people in your playgroup and how they would respond to that. personally, I would not feel comfortable at this point asking people not to play Universes Beyond cards, especially since we know like the Warhammer decks, for example, they're not going to have Magic versions. There's not even an option. So I don't think you can be like, hey, here's this cool card that's legal to play. Will you not play it? Of course, it's your play group. If everyone's going to be cool with it, then go ahead. But I personally wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. I'm coming at it from now at the point where I got to just learn to accept it. Whether I like every IP crossover or not, like, it's a part of the game for better or worse, like a counter spell. It's kind of like a counter spell, or whatever, a Blood Moon or a Stacks piece or something. It's a legal card. Yeah, maybe I don't like playing against it. Maybe I don't like getting Curious Obsession out of a game, but there's not much I can do about it other than accept it. We got some new subs. Thank you so much for the donation, by the way. Ash Bunny, I play Bad Deck in Night Magenta, getting some gift subs. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Big Soup Shiver. They're really... Wow, they're just done, aren't they?
So, cards that just lend themselves really well to the Galaxy Foil. So
jeez. So my understanding, I got distracted by the donations. So my understanding this mechanic, right? You're gonna have a deck of attractions. You play a card that lets you open an attraction, and then on your upkeep you visit an attraction. And then you do what it says. I wonder if this, so there's a lot of variance involved. Seeing Lifetime Pass Holder be a black border card that is legal, that makes me think you roll before you visit. Oh, okay. That also makes sense. Beginning of main phase 1. Okay, so whatever. Upkeep, so it triggers like a Saga does, basically. Hey, did you like the whack video? So this mechanic, do you think it could be good? Like, Lifetime Pass Holder seems like a playable card, but there's going to be variant. Do we know how many attractions have to be in the deck? I missed that as they were talking about it. Like, do you think, how many do you have to have? Like, how big is your attraction deck? If you have 10, so there's 10 in your attraction deck, can you play all 6 versions of Fortune Teller? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can that be 6 of the 10, or can you only have one of each name? Yeah, 10 was for stickers, but it's probably the same. Okay, so there's going to be variants, because I was thinking like, okay, Haunted House, when you visit it, return a creature from a graveyard to the battlefield and gains haste. Like, if you can 1-drop, sack this to Phyrexian Altar or whatever, sack this to something, visit, and like just start reanimating stuff every turn, that would actually be pretty busted. But you don't know, you might actually have to see the Fortune Teller and you get to scry 1, which is pretty useless, or have to go to Dart Throw and make some tokens. So I guess the variance is what's gonna keep it in check. Although this is a mechanic now I'm more interested, concerned, somewhere in between, about the attraction mechanic actually being a thing than the sticker mechanic being a thing. As far as the rest of the cards, we saw a ton of Acorn cards. There's not many. Yes. Yeah, I don't think they're wow, they're looping from the beginning again. Well, I don't know what happened to the WotC stream, but the Acorn cards, how are you feeling about the Acorn cards? This is the new unset we're talking about at the moment. So the Acorn cards, whatever, like, Wizards can put whatever they want in the Acorn cards, and I really don't care because they're not legal. I will say, like, some people are like, they should just all be legal. I think Mark Rosewater comes from that point. In Commander, like, people should be able to play these cards from Commander. I think these cards confirm that that's not something that we actually want to have be a thing. Like, I don't think you want to be like, Rockstar is always legal in Commander, because some people aren't going to want to have to go find someone outside their play group, find some random person. Maybe you only got 4 players in your home. What are you going to do? How are you going to resolve this card and have them pick one of the cards? So I think that's an issue, like hiding stuff on the battlefield, trying to cheat it into play. Hilarious mechanic. I think it's great for unsets. It's great if you opt into it. But I think these cards do confirm that you can't just make all these cards legal. Like that just would not be good. I do think that the hat tribal stuff is cool. The artist tribal stuff is cool. As far as black border stuff, though, really, there's not much to look at. Like, Space Bellerin is probably the most hyped card. We already talked about that. But I don't think we've really seen much outside of maybe Lifetime Pass Holder in this attraction mechanic that really is a real threat to doing. Oh, Wait, new card. Are they back? No. Meet and greet Sisay. Elf Performer. Gruel. 2 mana 1/1. When you cast a spell, choose Flavor. Meet and greet Sisay. Gets +1/+1 with land turn for each line of flavor text this spell has. Or History. Create a treasure token if that spell doesn't share an expansion symbol with a permanent you control or a card in your graveyard. I mean, a lot of these cards I would let someone play. Most of these cards I would actually let someone play. If you wanted to build a deck around it, I would let you. Like, same with Jermaine. Like, I think that's fine, but I don't want to have to deal with those cards all the time. Space, I don't know. The Magic stream just died. We've been tracking it to see if it comes back, but they were near the end anyway, so I'm guessing that's it. Yeah, Watsy forgot to pay the electric bill. Oh. So what do you think, chat? And then we're gonna play let's play some more Magic. Let's do some more vehicling. We'll leave this up just in the off chance that they come back, but let's talk about it as we go. So overall, more hype, less hype than when we started this stream. Where are you at? Where are you at with this new set? Draft looks super fun. I'm hoping that I find a way to get into a draft or two of this set. It'll probably be at Vegas, except there's no events at Vegas that you can sign up for, right? Well, maybe we'll buy a box and do some hotel drafting in Vegas. Yeah, limited seems like a blast. I'm very, very excited to try some limited if I get the opportunity. So that part seems like a win. That part definitely seems like a win. Gonna draft it just once. Yeah, I think that's a good way of handling it, probably. Get the experience. So what do you think about outside of draft? I think it seems like everyone's kind of in agreement that draft is going to be interesting and sweet. What about outside of draft? Will you let people play this in your commander pods? How are you going to handle it within your play groups? How are you going to handle this set? Because there's a push from Wizards or from Mark Rosewater in specific to have people rule zero those cards. Wait, is this a new Planeswalker? Oh my goodness, is this actually a new Planeswalker? I mean, there's spoilers going on at other places too. Oh my goodness, is it? Oh my god, it is. All right, here we go. And this is not a Acorn card. Oh my god. All right, chat. Hang on. Let's do this real quick and then we'll look at it. Discard. Draw. Grease Fangs for days. Play the land. Play Liliana. Tig up Liliana. I feel like we're going to get wrecked by an Invoke Despair. All right. New Black Border Planeswalker. Comet Stellar Pup. Boros. 4 mana. 5 loyalty. Planeswalker Comet. 0. Roll a 6-sided die. If you roll a 1 or a 2, create 2 1/1 green squirrel tokens and gain haste until end of turn. If you roll a 3, -1 loyalty, then return a card of mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. 4 or 5, Comet Stellar Pup deals damage equal number of loyalty counters on him to a creature or planeswalker, then lose 3 loyalty. Or 6, you may activate its loyalty ability 2 more times this turn and you gain 8 loyalty. It's a dog planeswalker. It's a dog planeswalker. I don't know how to zoom on this. There we go. So Comet. This card's legal. This is not an Acorn card. No, tick down. Hang on, we're still playing Magic. Is this a good card? I don't think so. Like, it's fun. I would play this for fun in like a dog themed commander deck or something, because it's just like the art's cool. It's a dog planeswalker, and I do love dogs. So I think that aspect of it's sweet. As far as power level though, it's so high variance. Like 2 squirrels with haste. Okay, whatever. If you roll a 3, You may or may not get anything back, but I guess it's fine. And if you have fetch lands or something, and you probably have something you can get back, 4 or 5, deal some damage, activate it multiple times. I guess like all the abilities are powerful, but you're not ever going to be able to get the one that you need for the situation. So I think it's a cool card, and I like that. I guess that it exists, but this isn't a card I'm actually super worried about. Super worried about people playing. I don't think it's a staple style card that we're gonna have to be concerned about. Well, all right, play the land. Infernal Grass the Sleeper. You can re-roll if you want with Barbarian Glass. Yeah, I guess it does work pretty good with the dice rolling. With dice rolling stuff, doesn't it? I mean, maybe it's busted. If you can roll the dice multiple times each turn, does it become an actual like strong card? Now let's exile a couple things. Just in
Hello
case.
and welcome to Weekly MTG, a very, very special episode. Somewhere around, we'll call it 5 months in the making. We are here today with the one and only Mark Rosewater, who is going to take us through what else? Unfinity.
Oh no, too many
We are here today
windows.
to give you, let's call it, I'm going to call it the greatest show in the multiverse, is how I'm going to frame this show, because you know what? That leads us right into our first preview card.
Oh. Well, I don't know what happened to the WotC stream. So what do you think about Comet? How good is Comet? Like, how do you feel about that card existing in Black Border? I guess that's a real question. I'm sure some people will be upset about it, but like, it's fine, right? I think it's fine. Barbarian class dog. I'm kind of surprised it doesn't say it can be legal as your commander. Like, that would be what I would expect, is them to make this a card that's legal as your commander. Because you got to think, like, as you're considering these cards, remember that someone actually has to put those cards in their deck and then play them against you for it to be a problem. So even if you don't like this card, I feel like the odds that you're ever going to see it are probably pretty low, because it doesn't look legacy playable. It just doesn't have the power level to be legacy playable. In Commander, Planeswalkers typically aren't very powerful. So I feel like even though it's a card that is not an Acorn card, you're probably pretty unlikely to actually play against Comet a meaningful amount of the time. Seeing a Comet look more funny than competitively viable, perfectly fine with it since that stuff is already in Black Border. I think that's the best spot for these cards to end up. Like, I think we want to see the unset cards end up roughly in that space where they're, oh my god, there's a ton more spoilers on Reddit. Oh, let me check this site. Let's see if Neatug, who is our spoiler expert, has got them on the site yet. Comments there. All right, just give it a minute, and I'm sure they'll be on the site, and then we'll we will look through the rest of the new cards. We got another sticker sheet. Jetpack Death Seltzer. Trample Monstrous. All right, whatever, bowling pin. I take it you're not a bowler, opponent. Gonna soul transfer our Liliana.
Fine. I'll take my zombie.
About it. Tenacious Underdog. We could use a vehicle. A vehicle would be sweet. Could use a vehicle. Well, exile. Day becomes night. And, oh, something people brought up about the Jace, which I'm actually kind of curious about. With the new Jace, do you have to, let's read this card real quick. I would like your expertise. Let's make sure they don't discard an underdog here. They do not. Okay. So, with this new Jace, which is somewhere in here, Jace, let's see if we can do some zooming again. Whoa, a little much. All right, when it says Space Valorant divides the battlefield into alpha, beta, and gamma sectors. If a creature isn't assigned to a sector, its controller assigns it to one, opponents assign first. That ability, do you have to track that forever? Like, you played it kind of like Day and Night. That's what made me think of this. How Day and Night, once you play a card that starts it, you have to track it for the rest of the game, for better or for worse, no matter how annoying it may be. Is that how this works? You play the Jace, and for the rest of the game, just in case something changes, you're gonna have to track these sectors. I guess I kind of dislike that. Tracking it while Jace is around that doesn't seem that bad. But having to track it for the whole game because someone played a Jace, that sounds kind of obnoxious. Come on. Real card. This Celeste isn't going off for our opponent. So many cards have been looted. I wish we had just a little bit more diversity with our vehicles. Well, they're all the same vehicle. Well, no attacks. Yeah, we need a bank buster, a search hacker mech. All right, let's oh no. Oh boy. Okay. Well, yeah, I feel like our opponent's outdrawing us at the moment. They're drawing the whammies. The Celestis is really helping. They're doing a ridiculous amount of Celestis looting. Well, we lose our Greasefang. Opponent draws a ton of cards, and yeah, I think we're in trouble now. We'll look at the Reddit spoilers in a minute if they don't show up on the site. Yeah, I guess the Jace does sound a little annoying if you have to track it that way. I hadn't really thought through what tracking it would mean. I thought you only had to deal with it when Jace was on the battlefield, but if you have to always do it. All right, Guardians of New Benalia. We just haven't hit any card advantage. We've hit like zero. I guess there was a Fable in the Mirror Breaker a million years ago, but we have hit 0. Opponent. Thinking. I mean, so the tracking it, splitting into 3 piles isn't too bad. Although I could see like in a huge commander game with a bunch of cards on the battlefield, maybe it gets a little more annoying. Yeah, maybe it would have been better to sack the smaller hearse. I mean, these hearses are getting big. We just got no cards, and our opponent has many cards. That's the issue. Opponent's got we're the vehicle deck, and our opponent's got all the bank busters, and we got all the lands. Well. Oh, jeez. Where's our card draw? Yeah. Yeah, I think we're just pretty dead here, honestly. Does Space Ring create any more frustration than a number of Chaos cards? No. I mean, I'm not anti-Space Ballerin, but I do think I have found that, like, day and night is annoying to track. I don't like how day and night works. I think the way the original werewolves work is better because how do you play with day and night, honestly, in Paper Magic? Do you actually track it throughout the whole game? Whenever I talk to paper players, they just ignore it, essentially, most of the time, because no one wants to track it every single turn if there's nothing that cares about it on the battlefield. So I worry that Jace is a little bit like that you play a Jace and then for the rest of the game you have to do this obnoxious tracking. So if you have a friend that runs a day and night deck and they play a werewolf, do you just track it every turn of the rest of the game, or if it's only if there's a werewolf on the battlefield? Well, okay, I think our opponent's drawn every bank buster. I guess they've just drawn 10 more cards than us too. Thanks to Celestis. Yeah, this one's super over. Opponent. Well, we found the bank buster, but it is so incredibly late to the party. Like, mind-blowingly late to the party. Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. All right. Yeah. Well, yeah, so now we're just literally dead. All right. Spoiler time. We'll see. So, let's go over to dear old Reddit. Apparently there's a bunch of new cards that I haven't seen yet. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, what do we got? First off, a new attraction, concession stand. Visit, create a food token. Okay, I mean, Sure, I guess. Yeah, I mean, doesn't seem like one of the more powerful attractions, but yeah, if you're playing a food deck, that might do something. We have an Acorn Vorthos Steward Myth. 2 mana, 1/3, legendary human gamer. When enters a battlefield, choose a named magic character. Each spell you cast with the chosen character in its name, flavor text or art costs Wooburg less to cast. This effect only reduces the amount of colored mana you pay. So this would be for character tribal, I guess. I don't know that that's actually like a real thing, but if you want to be character tribal, that would serve a purpose. I mean, I guess that's kind of a neat idea. Hang on, we got a sideboard, then we'll go back to the cards. Yeah, let's trim a knight, soft to Liliana, go up a burn down the house, run it like that. I mean, so Vorthos, would you let someone rule 0 it in? Why do you like putting the cards behind the chat? I think that's actually Reddit's fault. Look at all the blank space on the screen that they could be putting it in. There we go. I mean, I think you could build a fun deck around it. Like, this is another one of those cards. If you build a deck around it and wanted to play it against me, I would let you. Would I want to play against it every week? Probably not. It seems like it would be annoying after a while. This is what the third. We have Timmy Power Gamer. What's the other one? Johnny Combo Player. Vorthos Tour of Myth. Spike. Whatever the name of Spike is. So is this the fifth in this like weird cycle of human gamers? So this is the Unfinity version. It's kind of a tradition. Every unset we get another one of these human gamers, and this is a sweet one that cares about something that's different that we haven't really seen before. All right, what's up next? Ooh, this is a real card. This is a real Magic the Gathering card. Let's get on our Bank Buster. All right, this one's legal. This one's legal everywhere. Mira the Magnificent. 4 mana, 2/4 legendary human performer. When you cast an instant or sorcery from your hand, open an attraction, pay X, tap it, exile target instant or sorcery card with mana value X from your graveyard, and choose an attraction you control that doesn't have a midway counter on it. Put a midway counter on it. Whenever you visit that attraction, copy the exiled card. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. No. Eternal legal, similar to like Commander precons. That style of legal. Well, if you want to build attraction.deck, this seems like a very good leader. So whenever you cast an instant or sorcery from your hand, open an attraction. This means you're going to get all of the attractions from your attraction deck on the battlefield more or less instantly, right? Like, wouldn't this mean you play this in Ponder, Preordain, whatever, and you just essentially have all of your attractions out? That seems strong to me. Is that not actually a strong effect? All right, it's Greasefang. Greasefang's time to shine. Is it Greasefang's time to shine? We could just cleave it. Maybe that's better. So we can get back this. Yeah, let's get back Mag. Looping it with Greasefang, so good. Greasefang, combat. Get back Surge Hacker Mag. Shoot your underdog. Crew the Surge Hacker Mag. Headya. Down to 15. Play the land past the turn. I mean, I guess we'll have to see. I'm still not really like grasping exactly how these attractions work. So yeah, we just talked about Vorthos. That was the last card. So let me make sure I'm understanding this right. So what happens if I have 10 attractions, all 10 attractions on the battlefield?
Off you go.
What is... Really would love to kill the Liliana. All right, let's Fleeting Spirit. Do we actually even care? Yeah, I mean, I guess we gotta kill it. Crew. Kill Liliana. Unlicensed.
Sorry.
Get rid of the underdog. And whatever. If you roll a 6, you visit them all. I mean, that seems like it's kind of powerful, right? It's gotta be. As far as attraction effects go, it seems like it's gotta be relatively powerful. Now let's blink this. Lose our reflection. Pona gets to draw. We get back Fleeting Spirit. Well, play Fable of the Play Fable the Mirror Breaker. Crew. Hit ya. Missing all these land drops might come back to bite us. Boat it. Down to 11 past the turn. I mean, if we don't blink... Oh my god, another one. If we don't blink, we lose both of our creatures, right? Alright, number 2. Sack. Drop to 10. Well, we're actually kind of close to lethal here, even through double Invoke Despair. I don't know if I've ever beat double Invoke Despair before, but this might be the time. We can hit our opponent. Oh, not quite for lethal. Oh, Fleeting Spirit. Crew. Smack ya. Do the vehicles get the job done? About it. Down to 3. Past the turn. Right about it. You need something big. All right, what else do we got? Well, I think Mira's actually seems like a pretty good commander if you want to be attractions. Ooh, another real attraction. Hall of Mirrors, an attraction. When you visit, you choose target creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn, except it isn't legendary if you choose a legendary. So kind of like a mirror weave attraction. I really have no sense of how these cards are going to play. They're so far out there that I really have no idea. Well, let's search Hacker Mech. Kill underdog. Like, do you think it's gonna be powerful? Opponent's going to crew. Sure. They lose the underdog. Yeah, let's not attack. Let's just eat the cards. Eat the cards. Pass the turn. We're so close. We're so close to winning this game. Actually, maybe we just attack with the Fleeting Spirits. This seems like the smartest move. Opponent blocks 1. We discard a card to blink it. Infernal Grasp. Well, discard a card to blink it. We're all in. We're all in on the Fleeting Spirits. Opponent gets to draw a card. Do you think that Unfinity is necessary buy for most players? No. I think that this is the least necessary set to buy out of all the sets that'll be printed this year. If you want to play with the cards in Commander, then yes. But so far, there isn't too much that looks like an obvious... constructed staple to me. Rite of Oblivion. Sack the Mac. Get rid of Shieldred. Opponent cruise. Yep. And I really don't want to discard this Grease Fang. We haven't been able to activate our Bank Buster once. Not once. All right, next turn. Next turn. Next turn's the turn. Next turn's the turn. No attacks. We're not going to go for it. What do you think of the monetary value? Well, traditionally, unset cards are very worthless. However, there's two things that make this set a little different. One is, as we've been talking about, some of the cards from this set are actually legal to play, which is a huge difference. The other thing is they're doing the special Shockland thing, the outer space Shocklands. So I think that maybe that's gonna help carry the value. Combined with the basic lands, which are usually relatively valuable, although I think the basics might be less valuable. Hey, I'm glad you got the playmat, Sammy. I'm glad it finally made it. We get so many special basics today that I think the basic lands might be less valuable than some past unsets. But I do think that the shock lands, especially the special outer space foiling, whatever they're calling it, cosmic foils or whatever, I think those are going to be very expensive. So, I mean, and we'll also have to wait and see. Like, maybe this really changes the equation, having some of the cards be tournament legal. Like, maybe that's going to really up the value on things. Well, all right, Exile Infernal Grasp. This should be the turn where we can win, I think. So we get to untap. We play Grease Fang. We go to combat. Opponent, please die. Oh! All right, we got there. Galaxy, that's what it was. We also got, whoa, what is this? So many attractions. The Superlatorium. Attraction, visit. An opponent chooses the fastest, the scariest, or the weakest. You choose a creature, then ask a person outside the game to choose the creature that best fits. Wait, you choose a creature, then ask a person outside the game to choose the creature that best fits the chosen criteria. If they choose the same creature, claim a... An opponent chooses the fastest, the scariest, or the weakest. You choose a creature, then ask a person outside the game to choose the creature that best fits the chosen criteria. If they choose the same creature, claim the prize. The prize, create 2 1/1 red balloon creature tokens with flying, then sacrifice it. Sacrifice the Superlatorium and open an attraction. Wait, so you choose anything? Like, is that actually how this works? So when you visit, your opponent chooses scariest, and you're like, Emrakul? And then you talk to a random person, and you're like, hey, what do you think the scariest is? And if they say Emrakul, or opponent chooses, you choose a creature. It doesn't say a creature in hand. So I guess it's a creature on the... Okay, so it's got to be a creature on the battlefield. So it's a creature on the battlefield, and then you go get someone to come to your table and see if they agree. All right, all right. What do you think of the mechanic of asking people outside the game their opinion on things? Does that seem like it'll be fun to play with, or is it more obnoxious? How about it? Leveling up the sleeper. And even more sleeping. Sleepers all around. Well, play the Bank Buster past the turn. Opponent's off to a little aggro start here, which is a bit frightening. Yeah, so many of the things about unsets, they seem so fun at your local game store with a bunch of friends, in your play group with a bunch of friends. But maybe not quite as... Maybe not quite as awesome if you're doing it. Oh, this is going to be pretty good. This Guardian Nubenalia, discarding Search Hacker Mechs for Grease Fang seems pretty good. Pretty good. Mardu vehicles in standard. The deck's actually kind of good. About it goes to combat. Goes attacking. Is this a trap? Well, they're obviously going to level up, right? So I level up. That's fine. We discard a Search Hacker Mech. That's also fine. It's a combo about it. Passes. Oh, yes, this is very good news for us. Land. Grease Fang. I think we do a little bit of Surge Hacking. Oh, this is actually kind of cute. So we get to do this. And then we get to crew the Surge Hacker Mech. And then now we get to enlist tapping Surge Hacker Mech. The synergies. We get to scry. Oh, those are two good magic cards. Keep them both. Ooh. Ooh, enlisting. Which deck did you rank up to Mythic with? The final push where he hit Mythic was with Windgrace Jun, the Lord Windgrace deck. Although we kind of just had been doing well in general for some reason. It seems like a lot of the decks we've played, we've had just like decent records. So I wasn't even like trying to get to Mythic. It was just one of those things where it kind of happened somehow. Yeah, I think the outside, so much of unsets are things that are fun once in a while, but if you had to do them all the time, maybe it would become less fun. Enlist busted. Now, if only Karn is busted for Against Odds tomorrow, I will have been proven wrong about everything in Standard. Yeah, Windgrace is really, really good. I wonder if it's on my... I wonder if we can see on untapped.gg. Wow, we shot right up there at the end. So you're kind of bouncing around, and then just right up to the top. Oh, the Windgrace Jun deck kind of crushed it. And these are the decks. Oh, I forgot we kind of crushed it with Naya tokens too. It sounded like a meme when we were talking about Naya tokens in Mythic Standard, but we actually had a good record with Naya tokens too. So yeah, that was the last bit of it to get to Mythic. And now the vehicle deck has been doing all right. Not Lango. So I guess that means we're officially good at Magic now. Karn is sort of kind of playable in Commander. What deck makes Karn sort of kind of playable? Well, you've played, I'm pretty sure every single match has been a black deck. Like it has been black and oh, Crystal Grotto, eh? I mean, I guess this is an untapped scry land. Am I underestimating Crystal Grotto? Maybe Crystal Grotto is good just as an untapped scry land. It just comes into play untapped, adds colorless mana, and scries one. Maybe that's actually just good. About it. Smacks us a bunch. Yeah, this is an aggro start. Oh my god, and a shield red. Hey. Oh yeah, there's no coming back from this death. Well, sometimes you're on the draw and your opponent just curves out. I've been playing Azorius Virtuoso in Standard. 98% of the decks are Rakdos and black. Kinda sucks a lot. Yeah, I still have very mixed feelings on this Standard. I find that I enjoy a lot of the games in this Standard. Like, a lot of the games I think are really fun and interesting and interactive. On the other hand, every game is against essentially the same decks. Like, yes, there's variation. Sometimes they're splashing this color. Sometimes they're splashing that color. But you're seeing the same, black foundation. Shieldred, Trespasser, Underdog. The same foundation be a huge percentage of decks. They published the complete Magic stream on YouTube. Is there any good information? Is there anything else that is worth looking up? Or did they just end the stream? They were kind of doing the very end of it, so I don't even know if they showed any more cards. Yeah, Underdog's so good. Meat Hook, yeah. Invoke Despair. Like, there's like 6 black cards that are just, you see all the time. How do we fight this black deck? Although I am intrigued by the possibility of vehicles maybe being good against the black decks. It seems possible that maybe they're the solution to all these problems. We'll go down to Guardian and one Rite of Oblivion. Run it like that. Yeah, we looked at Comet. Comet is sweet. We need more dog planeswalkers. Where's my bear planeswalker? Yeah, well, this sounds better than the last one. What do you think of the showcase style? It looks so like Disney or something to me. It looks so much like I don't know, some sort of, it's very familiar. The animation style is just like so familiar. It's still just like, it's such a tough sell to get people to buy cards that you explicitly say aren't legal anywhere. When I'm looking through these cards and thinking, oh, that's a cool showcase style, like that's a cool card, it makes me like, oh, I could crack a box of this. It would be kind of cool to crack a box. But then I just see all the acorns and I'm like, oh, what good is cracking a box if you legally cannot use, if you legally can't use the cards? What is the point? Yeah, 90, okay, maybe that's it. 90s, 2000 cartoons. It's an interesting choice for this set. Because I don't know, is there stickers in the set? There are stickers in the set. That has been a controversial topic. Yeah, play a Jano. Play another Fleeting Spirit. Where's our cars? Where's our cars? We need a car. No attacks past the turn. Opponent. Scryland. Attractions are how dungeons should have been. Ooh. That would be interesting. What is the upside, Jolly Flying Man? What do you like about attractions compared to dungeons? Another land. Another land, eh? Well, I guess the saddest Greasefang. Play a land past the turn. They just trade with a tenacious underdog, and that's so bad for us. The overlay is Cardboard Live. Super, super helpful for streaming. I wish we had it for YouTube. It would be so sweet. Or for Magic Online. So I've been looking to making metal inserts and sheet magnets. And a sheet of magnets to put the stickers on so they don't damage my car. So many lands. So many lands. All right. Past the turn. Not a good draw. Opponent gonna level up a Valve Sleeper. I mean, in theory, the stickers aren't supposed to damage your cards. We'll see. I'm skeptical. We'll see. Wizard says they have the technology to make them so it's a very light glue. So apparently, it's not going to actually damage people's cards. Unsure if that will work out the way they're intending. So we do this. They level up. Yeah, whatever. I guess we just take it. We just need to draw some non-land Magic Gathering cards. Any reason you're not exiling anything? Well, we don't have anything that's especially good to sacrifice. Like spending a Rite of Oblivion, sacking a Fleeting Spirit to kill a tenacious underdog or something is just, oh no. It doesn't seem like a very beneficial trade. Because like we're going down 2 cards and our opponent's going down 1 card. It's much better if we could draw a vehicle or something, then we'd be kind of free to go off. Wow. The flood out. Well, I mean, this is what happens when you just don't draw any of your card selection stuff. Are attraction cards you own outside the game? Invoke Despair. Well, that is living up to its name at the moment. So attractions, I think, would be cards you own outside the game. We're gonna need a very big list of comprehensive rules for this. Yeah, I mean this was just the worst imaginable draw. We had literally 0 traction. We drew 10 lands and nothing worthwhile. What is Zap the Sleeper? I mean, maybe it's worth it. I feel like waiting, it just gets like incredibly much better if we draw a vehicle. If we draw a vehicle, then we get to get the vehicle value, kill something, get back the vehicle with Greasefang. But I mean, it didn't work. We just never drew it. We just kept drawing land. So with how it played out, I guess maybe it would have been better if we just had fired it out. But I still think it's a pretty, like, sack a creature, spend a card. Ugh. I don't even know if we keep this, honestly. Yeah, we're going to mulligan. We need a hand that actually does things this time. We're going to put, I guess, Rite of Oblivion to the bottom. Well, we need a land now. What is the extension called? It is Cardboard Live. Cardboard Live, maybe it's Cardboard.live? I'm actually not 100% sure. I don't remember the website, but if you do streaming of Arena, it is a spectacular extension. Hey, what's up, Magikarp? How are you? How are things? Someone's gonna put Space Bellerin in a Legacy Control pile. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if someone did it for the memes, but I don't think Jace is actually like a powerful card to play in Legacy. Like, the problem with Jace is it really wants creatures, I think. So it's hard for me to imagine. It's hard for me to imagine it being worth playing in most of the blue-white decks in Legacy. In general, the blue-white decks tend to be more like controlling and not have a ton of creatures. Opponent. The art is pretty awesome, isn't it? I hadn't seen the full art before. It also looks huge. Oh, Wizards. Space Bellerin, indeed. Well, discard Mag Titan. Discard probably Liliana at this point. We're at 13. Jeez. Well, play the land. Fleeting Spirit doesn't seem great at the moment. So we can get back Mech Titan, but that's like the worst vehicle. Fleeting Spirit. Well, okay, I guess it's Fable the Mirror Breaker Part 2. Make the Goblin pass the turn. Oh, so it's actually pretty small. Interesting. Must just be the perspective of the art. Someone on Reddit posted an attraction ruling card. Ooh, I am interested because I am confused by this mechanic. Attraction rulings. All right, hang on. Let's finish dying here, and then we'll look we'll look why we should be sideboarding. Phone hits us down to 9. We draw Unlicensors, which is good, but it's probably too late at this point. So flip the Saga. Discard Fleeting Spear Unlicensors. Well, there's a Surge Hacker mech, which I guess is kind of something. Play the Surge Hacker Mech. I think we're just getting drained out here, though. Kill the Blood Tithe Harvester. Opponent gets to scry. Well, it's cool to see Weatherlight do something. Weatherlight's been like such a big dud in Standard. Go to combat. Hit ya. Get a treasure. What can we play for life gain? Where's our Gray Merchant? About it. All right, treasure rulings. Oh boy. All right. What does this say? So, open an attraction by putting the top card of this deck onto the battlefield. Destroyed attractions go to the junkyard. Okay, so it literally is a secondary deck. So you're going to have a secondary deck, a secondary graveyard, roll a 6-sided die as your main phase begins. Visit each attraction with the results lit up. So you can have a whole bunch of attractions, you roll, and you get to use as many of them as possible. You want to roll 6s, basically, and you'll get the most value. Building an attraction deck in Limited, use any of your any that you draft in Sealed a minimum of 3. In Constructed, no more than 1 with the same name, a minimum of 10. So you have to play at least 10, but you can play more than 10. So it won't work in Pauper because there's not enough of them, if these articles are correct. Okay, I mean, so I guess that ends up being like just a super high variance mechanic. That is like the highest variance mechanic. Like, oh my goodness. Is there even any point? We're at 7, the weather light. Okay, let's just go to sideboarding and look at these cards. So how this is gonna work, like, it's just gonna be the highest variance mechanic like ever. So you build this separate deck. You put at least 10 of whatever the good attractions are, which, like the Reanimator one, I guess, they all got to be, non-Acorn. And then you play things like the Legend, which will quickly be able to empty your deck and get a whole bunch of them on the battlefield, or the 1-drop zombie thing that when it dies puts one into play. So you try to get as many of them on the battlefield, then you roll a 6-sided die. If you roll a 6, life's going to be good because you're going to get all of them. On the other hand, you could whiff. If you roll a 1, it looks like you're mostly going to whiff. I don't see any ones lit up on here. So it is just super high variance. You can't control which attractions you're going to get from your deck. So you can't really control that. So you'll never know, is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Not really any way of controlling for that. So it just is what it is. So you get random attractions, and then you get a random die roll, and then the random die roll is going to tell you how many of your attractions you trigger. Maybe the variance is enough to make it just a commander thing. Or not being able to see playing Pauper. Pauper was the place where it seemed like it maybe would have the best shot. Because Pauper, I mean, that's where initiative was like broken. Because anything that can offer like grindy card advantage is just super, super good in Pauper. Because you don't have sweepers, you don't have all the ways to win the game. What kind of mechanic do you miss in Magic? Ooh. Probably banding. Actually, I don't know if we want Parasitic Grasp. What's a mechanic that I miss? I mean, I would take cycling in about every standard of all time. I feel like cycling is just super good. Splice on Arcane was interesting. It's just like, I wish there was a way to make it less parasitic. Like if you could somehow have Splice, but have it be more expansive, I think it would be sweet. What mechanic do you miss, chat? What's your number one mechanic? I would like to see affinity for more things. We just saw affinity for clowns, but I would love to see affinity for more card types. I feel like there's some untapped potential there. Rather than just, like, affinity for artifacts is pretty busted. That's a very risky mechanic. Wow, you have a 1-lander. Okay. Well, Your go, Mono Black. Protection. What about regeneration? It's so funny. Like, one thing I don't buy is the it's too complicated argument anymore. Like, with some of these mechanics we've been talking about with this unset that are legal in Black Border, where you got like so many separate decks, separate sideboard stuffs like dungeons, when you have all that stuff going on, it's hard for me to think like, oh, you know, regeneration is just too complicated. We can't have regeneration because, you know, it's not that intuitive or whatever. What happens after the creature dies? It becomes tapped or whatever. Like, it's hard for me to buy those arguments when we see some of the mechanics we get these days. So I hope Wizards, and we've seen Wizards do this in the past, where they're like, okay, we're not doing protection anymore. Protection's not a thing. And then they change their mind and they're like, oh yeah, on second thought, you know, maybe protection is okay in some situations. So hopefully we get some more of that, more returning mechanics. Also, maybe the biggest one is Shroud. I think one of the worst changes Wizards made was going from Shroud to Hexproof. Shroud is like a healthy, fun, positive mechanic that I think should be embraced more often. Like, it's just a legit good mechanic. Hexproof is so bad. Shroud is fair. It's fair. Kind of makes Phyrexian mana. Well, don't worry, because we're going back to Phyrexia, and I would not be surprised at all if we got the return of Phyrexian mana. We've already seen little bits of it with like the completed stuff. Yeah, Shroud being not intuitive, I think, is one of the issues, one of the reasons why Wizards got rid of it. The problem is people think they should be able to target their own creatures. Mechanics that are not all upside are not necessarily intuitive, especially when you're just starting. So I think that's kind of the issue. Although Hexproof, it solves that issue because you can target your own thing, but it just leads to unfun gameplay. When they bring back Mutate, I really want them to branch out from when this Mutate triggers. They were super boring and parasitic. Yeah, Mutate is just such a weird mechanic. I wonder if we ever get them back. I wonder if Mutate's just so far out there that Wizards... Oh, thank you, opponent. Thank you for filling our graveyard with Greasefang targets. Yeah, opponent's in kind of rough shape here because they just are not hitting their lands those first couple turns, put them in a really bad spot. All right, well, Greasefang. Here it comes. Bankbuster's back. Play the land. Go to combat. Opponent. Well, all right. So we don't get back our... We don't get back our Bankbuster yet, but we still get to hit our opponent for a lot of damage. Phone it down to 2. Aster. Go digging. Ward is fixed hexproof. I mean, I guess it kind of is. Yeah, let's take Mech Titan. for the fun aspect. Opponent. How do we have missed? Opponent scoops it up. Oh, you mean if we like played something beforehand and crewed the other vehicle? Yeah. I mean, we didn't know what our opponent had. Oh, the pilot. Oh, yeah, I guess pilot crewing hers. Yeah, that probably would have been better. When I first encountered Shadow... Yeah, I see what you were saying. I thought you meant before combat playing a creature, but just using the pilot to crew would have been worth it. Ward, I don't know. Does that really compare to Hexproof, though? They don't feel the same to me. Like, Ward is like, it's a little annoying to target your thing. When Hexproof is and Shroud are both, you can't do it. It is very light, yeah. I mean, I can see where the comparison comes from, but they don't really play super similarly. Ward is okay, but they stick it on everything now, which is kind of frustrating. That is true. We do get a lot of Ward things these days. Do you wish Unfinity was either all Eternal Eagle or all Uncards? Yes. Either. Either one of those. I think the mixture is unnecessarily confusing, I would say. Like having to look at every card to look for the Acorn to see if it's legal or not. It's just kind of a hassle. So I would like to see it be all one or all the other. I kind of think being all legal might be the best way at this point. If it was well, we should have probably waited. Because I can flip it. It doesn't matter. We drew a land anyway. I kind of feel like it would be better if it was all legal at this point, but I'm not gonna flip. The Revealing Eye gets to take something. Although, all right, they take the Grease Fang. We draw a Grease Fang. Hey Seth, just wanted to say you have such a nice voice. I listen to your podcast even if I'm not interested in the topic. Like today, just because of your flow, maybe one day you should try to do some audiobooks or something. That'd be cool. Well, Ribbons, thank you for the kind words. I will take all the voice compliments because I know some people feel the opposite. Some people hate my voice. So thank you. All right, the vehicles are stacking up. Oni Gold Anvil. So now we can start to do things. I really don't want to lose this. Really don't. Well, I guess we got Tignuma now. Opponent has 2 mana. Well, let's play Hearse. Hearse draw with Bankbuster. Getting rid of the Oni Cold Anvil would be decent. Yeah, okay, let's get rid of the Anvil. Sack the Surge Hacker Mech. I don't think we're going to Grease Fang yet, though. I think we're going to wait. So I can sack it, but they don't get a token, which is good. So we get pinged to 15. Play the land. Pass the turn. We can Bankbuster to draw a card. How did you meet Brewer's Kitchen? So this is actually a funny story. So, well, I don't know if it's that funny. But like 2 years ago, I was just checking out Magic on YouTube, looking at people I'd never heard of before. I like to keep up on what other people are doing as much as I can. And I came across a gameplay video of Phil's, a Brewer's Kitchen, and it blew me away. It like blew me away. As soon as I saw it, I was like, wow, this is the best the best Magic content that I think I've ever seen. Like, just the editing was so incredibly good that I was floored. And Phil had like, I don't know, a few thousand subs and very few viewers. So it wasn't like some big channel. So as soon as I found it, I tweeted something about it. Just like, this content's so good. This is some new content creator that I've never heard of before, but you should check out their stuff because it's just amazingly high quality, especially for someone who was, I think it was like Phil's first video maybe, because he started making content for a college project. So it just blew me, it just blew me away. And then a year later, Phil, out of the blue, we hadn't talked or anything. I would still watch his content on occasion because he just has really great editing, makes really good content. But a year or so later, got a message from Phil saying, I finished college, trying to figure out, what to do for here. Do you know of any content sites that might be looking for a content creator? I'm either gonna like go do the real world thing and stop making content, or see if I can, make content for a living for a big site, and then ended up going from there. And that's how Phil, I pitched it to Richard, and I was just like, dude, like this content's so good. If there's any way we can get if there's any way, I know we're not like looking for more content creators right now, but if there's any way that we can make this work, we should, because I think Phil's videos could be like super popular if he had a bigger audience to get in front of, and it's worked out. Did I create Goldfish? I didn't. I do the content at Goldfish. I'm the content manager, so any of the content end of things I'm in charge of. But Richard founded Goldfish and is the owner of Goldfish. You might know him from like Commander Clash or the podcast. But yeah, I came on like a year. I think it was about a year after the site started. At first, Goldfish didn't have any content. It was just card prices, like Magic Online card prices. Oh, that treasure. 1, 2, 3. Well, all right. I think what we do is Surge Hacker Mech. Wow, we're going to get this Mech Titan. This feels like a possible Mech Titan game. Surge Hacker Mech. Kill the Sorin.
Let this be over.
Play the land. Play Grease Fang. See if our opponent has removal to cast off the treasure. Go to combat. Opponent. Hold. We're one vehicle away from the Voltron win. Vol Surge. Alright, well, I mean, I guess we crew the... Oh wait, that's summoning sick. Crew the Bank Buster. Well, that is a little bit unfortunate. So opponent manages to kill it. I'll hit you with the Bank Buster. We're dropping to 7 though? We need this last vehicle. We need one more. We need one vehicle and we get... and we get Voltron for the hopeful win. Sorry, Seth, but you're not my top 10 favorite planeswalkers. Oh, no. Okay, Graveyard Trespasser. That's bad. Eats a Rite of Oblivion. Opponent. They've just had all the removal at the right time. The instant speed removal, which is the downside of Grease Fang. About it. Cruise. Yeah, I'm the beard of Goldfish. Goes to combat. Yeah, Curse being able to fizzle the Graveyard Trespasser is definitely helpful. Gets in, hits us. Down to 7. Oh, they're leaving up removal again. Well, exile and exile. We draw a land that doesn't do anything. Well, Rite of Oblivion. Get rid of the Bank Buster. Sack the treasure. One, two, three. Oh, we really want this flip, and I don't think we can get it. How long am I streaming for today? This is probably actually our last game, and then I gotta take Bear out. Tell us a pre-release story. Ooh, I need to go to more pre-releases. It's been a minute. Is there any way we can do this? I mean, we gotta kill the Trespasser. All right, yeah. Well, now we're 2 vehicles away, which isn't great. And we're at 7. But we get rid of the Trespasser. So opponent's got no threats at the moment. Oh, I haven't worked on it at all, Thanos. So I think unlikely that I'll actually have a Hans cosplay for Vegas. It would definitely be super sweet. Yeah, there's not a lot of LGS options. Ooh, Jaya. There's not a lot of LGS options around where I live. The downside of living in the middle of nowhere. All right, Prowess Monk.
Get out there and
Pona has just like religiously left up removal to deal with our Grease Fangs, and it's working. It is working. Well, all right, Guardian of Nubenalia. Play it. And I guess past the turd. Not feeling good. Not feeling good about where we're at. About it. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. So opponent, lots of removal. It's been I haven't done a paper pre-release in so long. I'm struggling to think of a good pre-release story. Why not attack with a 5/5? We'd have to do some convoluted. We'd have to crew the Unlicensed and then crew the Surge Hacker Mag. And our opponent's just been pretty obviously leaving up removal every turn. So I feel like it's unlikely to work out anyway. We might have finally run our opponent out of removal, but it also might be too late to matter. Opponent. Yeah, opponent's drawn a lot of it. Well, Ajano. Kill the Prowess Monk. Opponent gets to scry. And give me your GP story, hero. What do you got? Yeah, Bills are crushing it, King Harold. Like blowing me away. Way better. Oh no. Way better than expected. Well, channel. Mill. Get back Grease Fang. Please tell me you're out of removal finally, Grease Fang. Go to combat. Really? You got another Volt Surge? Oh. Well, okay. So I think this is more just like, unfortunate. Ugh. Yeah. Opponents had all the Volt Surges on the top of their deck this game. Well, okay. Attack Jaya. Not that it does. No way. Really? You have even more removal? Yeah, I think we're just dead here, though. Well, attack the Jaya. Doesn't even kill it, even if it gets through. How can we get more card advantage into this deck? It feels like the games where we have, like, Bankbusters going and Fables going, it goes pretty well. But the games when we don't are tough. Like, remember, like, not that long ago, we were super close to actually just flipping Mech Titan Core and going off. Like, it was not that long ago. We were almost there. I remember Amaket pre-release draft. Some of the employees fleeced one of my friends out of an alt art invocation for about $70. Oh, that's pretty scummy. Try the Esper version. Tezzeret draws so many cards.
go on. Impress me.
Yeah, maybe we'll try the Esper version sometime. I know the Esper version. I just couldn't bring myself to play the 1-drop. I don't think that card's impactful enough to actually play in standard. Unfortunately, the one that like crews up. But Tezzeret could be a interesting addition. Well, Melik Massacre is not the worst. We still can't crew any of our vehicles. And if we meat hook it... Oh, yeah, I guess we're just dead. Because if we meat hook, it turns on the weather light. Well, all right, playing the land, pass the turn. Oh, we needed Greasefang to live for like a turn, and we just could not get it to happen. Sarah Paragon could be another way to get stuff back. That could be worth considering.
The experience.
Opponent. Or maybe, I mean, overall our record with the deck has been really good. So maybe we're just overreacting to a weird matchup where our opponent drew all their removal and we didn't draw many of our good cards. That's also possible. Like our opponent, they drew every removal spell, we kind of flooded out. So maybe that's the lesson. If we so if we meet Hook, it just turns on the weather light, and we would have. I mean, I guess we weren't literally dead, but we would have swept away two 1/1s and gave our opponent a 5/5 flyer. So I think that actually, in the long run, ends up costing us life if we do that. Yeah, maybe we'll try the Esper version at some point. I mean, I do think the vehicles have potential for sure. I think Esper, so what's the upside of Esper compared to Mardu? So the downside is you lose Fable the Mirror Breaker, you lose Asters. The upside is you get Tezzeret, which is some nice card draw, especially if you have artifacts to discard. I dropped the 1-drop. I don't think the 1-drop is playable, but I think Fleeting Spirit is actually, even just way better than Guardian of New Benalia. I'm not really sure, like, I don't know about, like, Containment Construct. That definitely spicy. I also like that blue does offer some extra vehicles. The vehicle that crews, whatever that's called, the one that crews another vehicle when it's crewed seems pretty good. So maybe in the future we'll try some Esper vehicles and see how that goes. So that's definitely a possibility, but no Emperor. No, it's hard to find a lot of room with the vehicle stuff. Like, looking at the deck list, and so the Mardu vehicle deck, overall we posted a good record. The challenging part is you need the vehicles if you're going to play the vehicle stuff. So you got to have all those. Then you need some removal. So you got Rite of Oblivion and Fertile Grasp. Liliana I actually wanted even more of because it synergizes really well with the deck. And then you got the graveyard filling stuff. So you kind of need that. Then you got Greasefang. So there's just really, I don't know what to cut from the deck when it comes down to it. You have everything is serving a purpose, really. I mean, maybe Asters, honestly, even though that's one of the cards that made me want to play the deck to see how Asters was. But it's really hard to find much room when you see the deck broken down. It's basically discards vehicles for Greasefang, and also, like, most of these are good cards. Maybe you just get rid of Guardian New Benalia. Guardian, it did okay a couple of times, but in general, I think it's just like, I think it's worse than Fleeting Spirit, especially if you're trying to crew vehicles. So maybe it's just not good enough. Maybe you could trim down like a removal spell, maybe the Asters. But all that to say, there's not a ton of room for extra stuff. Yeah, Mind Link Mech I think could be good in the Esper version. Hey, what's up, Cinnabol? Good to see ya. Ooh, 6-hour drive. That is a long one. Anyway, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of our stream for today, our early stream. So what did we learn? I mean, the deck's pretty interesting. If you want to play vehicles, there are definitely some upsides to the vehicle plan. Yes, sometimes it doesn't work out, but in general, I think it lines up pretty well with the black removal spells of the format, and the Lilianas and the Meat Hook Massacres, which is nice. And now we got to talk about Unfinity, which looks pretty interesting. We'll have to wait and see. The mechanics are just so weird, but there's some really cool stuff. At worst, it seems really fun at draft, and maybe we get some cool stuff for constructed as well. Anyway, everyone, reminders. Hemzoki, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you. Reminders, replay YouTube. That's it. Find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube. Tons of stuff coming up on there. And one more reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, maybe some Infinity cards, you can get them at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Most importantly, thank you to all of you for hanging out and having fun. Y'all are amazing and awesome, and I love y'all. So have a great day. We'll be back on Thursday for some more fun. So until then, I love y'all, everyone, and I will talk to you soon.